We're back again. All right, look, this time we're actually generally going to find out who is not a true African or Afrobeats royalty. Like, we're going to try and find that out. By the way, my name is Versatile, aka the Alkebulan trusted name you can trust when it comes to all things reactions. And yeah, just get straight into it because at the end of the day, when it comes down to this 50 Afrobeats Billboard, listen, I ain't going to lie to you. If you see my Twitter post, what did I post? Like, what did I post? I like to keep it all the way 100, innit? You know what I mean? If I get things wrong, I get things wrong. That's why you don't rely on AI unless he's Allen Iverson. And even then, you don't rely on Allen Iverson. You know what I mean? Because he's retired. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, all jokes aside, make sure you hit the like button, turn on the post notifications. Got more content coming. Let's get into this. No delay. At number 50 with the Billboard's greatest Afrobeats song of all time is Ijoya by Weird MC. So this is how we're gonna do it. We're doing a proper deep dive. I know before I was playing the video and reacting to it, but listen, unfortunately, sometimes there's this copyright things that happen. And listen, I got a warning on my account, innit? You know what I mean? I'm fortunate because earlier this year, I won't say too much because if YouTube are listening, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say sometimes things happen for a reason, you know what I mean? And for a season. So let's keep it moving. All right, so the first thing, like I said, it is the first song is Ijoya. So and I've got this not narrative. I've got like a set list of things to do to ensure that we understand why it's been placed as at number 50. So, for example, or at whatever position it is. So let's find out who is the official producer of Ijoya. Let's see if we can find the producer. Normally, you end up seeing it on here. It normally says on where them see Ijoya. All right, shout out to Weird MC. Do you know what I mean? Guess who produced it? JJC Skills and Don Jazzy. When I tell you Don Jazzy is the Don of Afrobeats, you better believe it. You better believe it. Wow. Who would have thought that Don Jazzy, yeah, like Don Jazzy produced this? Now, wait. I think you need. Everyone needs to go, whether it's tweet, Instagram, whatever the case may be. Tag him, tag Don Jazzy, and just say thank you. You don't have to elaborate. You don't have to say, just say thank you. Because part of the reason why you enjoy Afrobeats today is because of Jazzy. Yeah. Let's keep it all the way 100. And also JJC Skills, he needs his credit as well that he deserves. Do you know what I mean? And if I remember correct, I think he was also affiliated with This Is Big, bro, digging over the show. Get me, like a UK R&B hip hop type of group of artists. But anyway, yeah. So as you can see, those are the producers, which is very interesting. Like very, very interesting. In fact, what I want to do though, I want to see. Yeah, JJC Skills, a Nigerian songwriter and producer, or record producer. Listen, we will get to that. JJC Skills, we'll get into another day if possible. We want me to do a deep dive into his discography and the songs he produced. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see what I can do. So anyway, so we figured out who the producer was. There's two producers, JJC Skills and Don Jazzy. And obviously, this is from the album After the Storm. Yeah, from what it says here, After the Storm. Yeah. So let's figure this out. We need to also find out where was it placed on the charts as well. And because that's the other thing. I know sometimes when it comes down to, it's not all, to me personally, I don't think it's all about the charts. You know what I'm saying? Charts matter, don't get it twisted, but I'm saying it doesn't matter in the sense of, you know what? You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's put it here. Where did Ijoya from Weird MC chart? Because the thing about the charts is you could be number one day and then number 13 or 12 the next week. Do you understand how it works? And that's not to say that the song is bad or good. It's just that there's always new songs being, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, I'm just trying to think about where. I don't think we know. Okay, chart position. Let's see. Let's see. Chart metric. Let's just go here and see what this says. Ijoya, Ijoya. Okay, maybe we can't find the chart history. Then it is what it is. All right. So obviously the top track is Ijoya, clearly, and Happy Day is that number. Well, from what we see it. Okay, I don't think we're gonna see where it charted. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't even matter. At this, like I said, this is why I tried to tell you guys. It doesn't matter where it chart. What matters that it had an impact. It had an impact to the point where, for example, there's no Tems without Weird MC. There's no Tiwa Savage without Weird MC. Do you get it? There's no Tyler without Weird MC. Yeah, just bear that in mind. Like, there's no Tenny, for example. If there's anyone that's a prime example, if there's anyone that's a prime example of having that, that I forgot what the word is, that tomboyish sort of look and feel to their music, and that, not to the music but their look, it is 100% Tenny. You know what I mean? Get me? But anyway, let's keep it moving. So while we stay on the path of Weird MC, so the question is, when was this released? Yeah, when was this released? Let me just go double check. When was Ijoya released? Ijoya. I actually in my head. Ijoya by Weird MC was released in 2006 as a single from her album After the Storm. I didn't say in the. Okay, maybe I was wrong. After the Storm, and it was on her second album. All right. Do you know what we're gonna do here? I'm gonna use this AI. Oh no, I'm not gonna use AI again. No. I'm not doing that again. No. We ain't doing that again. So the next thing we want to figure out is what major cultural political events were happening in Nigeria at the time. That's not really relevant, if I'm honest. You know what I mean? I'm looking at certain questions to see if they're relevant to be asking. Does it matter? No. Like, nope. But you know what? We could still ask it. We could still ask it. What was happening in Nigeria in 2006 when Ijoya was released? Ijoya. All right, so in 2006, Nigeria was experiencing the growth of vibrant hip hop scene marked by the release of Weird MC's hit single Ijoya, which fused Afrobeat and hip hop. That's Afrobeats and hip hop. The song, produced by Don Jazzy and JJC, achieved massive success and helped solidify hip hop's place as a major genre in the country. Another notable event in that year, in that year was a total eclipse that was visible in several Nigerian states. Was you there? Did you see the total eclipse? You know what I mean? I think I've seen a total eclipse once, or solar eclipse. I just remember where I was, like in London. There was a school, but it was more of a thing where it was something different. I thought it was like not after school, like how do I explain it? A play scheme, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? And I remember this is like in Stockwell in London. I remember, I'll never forget it. And I remember, do you know what I mean? It's mad when you think about it. If I was to go by there now, I would know exactly where that location is. It's mad. But anyway, so let's look at the other thing, the music scene. So, growth of the Nigerian hip hop. By 2006, hip hop was widely recognized as a dominant force in Nigerian music. Ijoya by Wade MC released the release of this song on her second album, After the Storm, was a significant event. Genre fusion, Ijoya was praised for its unique blend for Afrobeat and hip hop, a style that resonated widely with audience and became a danceable mainstream hit. Awards. The song won Wade MC an Amen Award for the most popular song and a Channel O Music Video Award for Best Special Effect. You saw that animations. You know what I mean? Are they making animated music videos these days? Let me know in the comments below. I'm intrigued to know. But yeah, in 2007 elections, was slightly after the release of Ijoya. Preparations and political maneuvering for 2007 general election were likely on. Wait. Do you see what I mean about AI? Anyway, while slightly after the release of Ijoya, preparations and political maneuvering for 2007 general elections were likely underway, building on the democratic foundation established in 1999 after a long period of military rule. So that's what happened in 2006. 2006, 2007, and when Ijoya came out. But yeah, man, I'm intrigued to know, like, what are your thoughts on this song? But yeah, we're gonna move on though, because I want to spend between a certain time and a certain time between each songs. But yeah, man, like, do you believe it's fair to be that it was placed at number 50? Let me know in the comments below. But next on the list, yeah, let me show you what we have on the list. Number 49. This is the accurate list now, right? Because I had to literally go to the website. Now, I would go to the website on here, but the problem is if I go to the website, I don't want that no more warnings, no more. I don't want nothing wrong to happen with my YouTube account. I'm trying to be very vigilant. So hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification. This is why we're doing a deep dive analysis in regards to these songs. And I actually quite like this. This is quite fun. You know what I mean? This is quite fun. I can't even lie to you still. But let's get to the next one. The next one on that list is Nonso Amadi with Tonight, which, you know what I mean? We reacted to that one originally before, so it was technically in the right order. But again, let's just get to the background of that story. So Tonight, hold on, Tonight, Nonso. Okay, look, Nonso. There you go. Nonso Amadi. Yeah. So as you can see, there, it was released in 2016. All right. So with it being released in 2016, it's interesting how that's literally a 10-year gap. Do you know it's a 10-year gap between the two? And I wanted to spend 10 minutes per song. But anyway, we move. So yeah, let's just get straight into this. Let's find out who produced this first and foremost. So the producer was himself. All right, Nonso Amadi, you got talent, yeah, you got skills like that. You can produce R&B like that, yeah. See, I call it R&B. From what I've heard, it sounds very much like an R&B record. So it is, and it even says Nonso on the beat, like the lyric, like you see that lyric, it's right there. I never caught that when I was listening, so that's interesting to see that. So the next question we're gonna ask, where did it chart? You know what I'm saying? So let's quickly go back to Google's and that. Google down. Hey, listen, shout out to Dubaba, aka Two Face. But anyway, like I said, we're gonna find out who is the true royalty of Afrobeats. Yeah, we want to find that out. So the question we have after that is where did Tonight chart by second one. Nonso Amadi's song Tonight peaked at number 9 on the Play Data charts in Nigeria. Play Data. Am I American about data? It's data. Play data charts in Nigeria, becoming his major hit and a key part of his rise into international attention. It also ranked as one of the hottest Nigerian songs in 2017 by MTV Base. Hey, MTV Base, yeah. Trust me. Listen, if you know, you know. Like it's but well in the UK watching MTV, it was between MTV Base and Channel U. I was switching between those channels. If it wasn't that, I was watching Trouble. But anyway, listen. All right. So where did it chart? Like I said, it peaked at number 9, which is actually good. The chart performance of the song charted at number 9 on the Play Data charts. Regional popularity. It was ranked by MTV Base as one of the hottest Nigerian songs of 2017. Also, just to bear things into mind, breakout hit Tonight, released after 2015 EP alone, was a significant breakout success for the artist, which is very interesting. So we know that. And that was before the song was released. Now we're going to get into the context of what happened in 2016 in Nigeria when that was released. So what was happening in Nigeria in 2016 when Tonight by Nonso was released. No, we're not going to try AI mode. Not interested. All right, so in 2016, Nigeria's music scene was seeing a shift with the underground scene, gaining traction by using online platforms, like SoundCloud, to grow organically and bypass the traditional music industry. Artists like Nonso Amadi used his new approach. If I'm butchering his name, let me know. I feel like I am. With his song Tonight becoming a hit through this method, and he was also collaborating with other artists, other emerging artists like Mr. Easy. It's so mad when you think about it, like knowing Mr. Easy where he is now. You know what I mean? Where music for him is like, I won't even say secondary or third. It's like on his low tier of things to do. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's what it is. But yeah. But yeah, so basically, where was I? So right to the underground. The Nigerian music industry was undergoing transformation with underground artists finding success by leveraging online platforms to build a fan base directly with fans rather than relying on traditional industry figures. Non Nonso Amadi's breakout. So we mentioned all this. Nonso Amadi breakout his songs Tonight gained popularity during this time, driven by organic growth on platforms like SoundCloud. Collaborations this era also saw Amadi collaborate with other rising artists like Mr. Easy and other producers like Jules. Jules is a bad man producer still. Shift in the industry. The success of artists like Amadi showed new path for the musicians where they could gain popularity and achieve success by releasing music independently and building a strong online following. So shout out to Nonso Amadi and everyone who is an independent music artist to be able to do things of that nature. All right, because that it's not an easy thing to do. Like it really isn't an easy thing to do. Um, like it's just not. But anyway, listen, we're gonna just keep it moving, yeah. Because I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna. I've realized something. There's 2 questions I can ask because I realized this is the way I set this up. I thought I could. It was gonna be a bit longer. I thought it was gonna be a bit shorter, but it's really longer. But anyway, number 48. Let's go to the next one. So I need post notifications. My name is Versatile, aka Alkebulan. Trust name. You can trust when it comes to all things reactions. And right now we're going to react to number 48, which is Dem Mama by Timaya. Hold on. Dem. So obviously you can see that was released in 2007. So the question now we're gonna ask is who produced this record, yeah? And do you believe it was fair for it to be actually released in sorry, do you think it's fair to be that it was released it was sorry, do you think it was fair for it to be put at number 48? Leave your answer in the comment section below. The funny thing is I've actually reacted to this song before as well, so that's on my channel regardless. But anyway, let's keep it moving. So let's see. Producer. Google. All right. Who produced Dem Mama by Timaya? See, oh, it says it's right there. All right. The Dem Mama by Timaya was produced by Opakasalo. So yeah, that's interesting. Let's see, related questions. That's related questions are here. Maybe I should just use Genius. All right. So who wrote Dem Mama by Timaya? Okay, it's not even giving any answers. That's not fair. Doesn't matter. Let's keep it moving. So we got the answer out of the way. We know that now, right? All right. So boom. Now we're gonna find out where did Dem Mama by Timaya chart. All right. Let's find out where it tried. Well. Doesn't look like we can really get too deep into where it charted. Let's see. Let's click on the collaborator and analytics and see what it says here. Because if we can't find out exactly where it charted, then we're just gonna have to leave it. We're just gonna have to leave it. Is what it is. It's not that deep. That's what I'm trying to say. Like with see, look, there's no way I can actually find where it tried. All right, so we really can't find out where it tried and how it tried, but that's fine. That's neither here or there. What we're going to do find out is what was happening in Nigeria at the time when Dem Mama was released. So, what was happening in Nigeria when Nigeria in 2007? Was it 2007? Was it? Yeah, 2007 when Dem Mama, okay, yeah, was released. All right, so in 2007, a vibrant new era was emerging in Nigerian music and culture. Though this was distinct from Temaya's 2005 release of Dem Mama, which was about the 1999. Wait a minute, when was this actually released? I'm pretty sure it was. Hold on, let me quickly do something real quick because I'm pretty sure it did say just it said 2007. I know I wasn't seeing things. Yeah, released in 2007. Okay, anyway, let's keep moving. All right, so I pretty much know all the questions now. I don't have to look at my notes for that anymore. I know what to do now. All right, so but look, I'm still new to this whole I'm new to this format, innit? But I do pretty much like this format. It's actually more fun. You learn me personally, I learn a lot, and you will learn a lot more about the song rather than just because listen, we can all watch and listen to the song in our own time. Do you know what I mean? We can all do that. That's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's keep it moving. All right, in 2007, a vibrant new era was emerging in Nigerian music and culture. though this was a distinct from Timaya's 2005 release of Dem Mama, which was about the 1999 Odem massacre. Okay, I need to learn more about that. Tell me more in the comment section below and what was happening at that time. Because bear in mind, at that time, I was in the UK, I was in London, and I was in college around that time still. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, in 2007, a new renaissance in Nigerian creative industry was blossoming with the artists like Nice, Nado C releasing major hits that shifted the scene toward a more Nigerian aesthetic. Key development included boom in Nollywood, the rise of Nigerian hip hop, and significant new music releases. All right, so music scene growth in that year. So the year 2007 was considered the golden age for Nigerian music. That's interesting. Do you know why that's interesting? Because I always hear about in different countries. Yeah, for example, like in the UK, the golden era or the golden age of I don't know grime or golden age of UK hip hop, or in America, the golden age of hip hop, which is always debated between the 80s and the mid 2000s, sorry, the mid 90s. It's one of those. But what would you call it? You know what I mean? But I'm intrigued. Sorry, I'm intrigued to learn more about this. All right. All right, so let's keep it moving because I feel like I've gone past 10. I'm just about going over 10 minutes just now. All right, so music scene growth. The year 2007 was considered the golden age of Nigerian music with a new wave of creativity and a move away from foreign dominated styles. That part, I like that. I like that. Do you know why? Because it makes you realize, wait a minute, we don't have to mimic or try to copy someone else. We got our stuff right here. And we're going to celebrate our stuff right here. Do you get it? Anyway. And then, well, yeah. And I'm going to say it should affect not just the music scene, like everywhere else. That's how I feel it should be anyway, but I could be wrong. Major hits, key releases, major hits like Gongo Aso by I know I butchered that by Nice and Kinney, Big Deal by Nail C became extremely popular. The latter of which was influential commercial rap music in Nigeria. Let me know about those songs. Should they be included in the greatest hip Afrobeat song of all time? Let me know. You never know. They could be. Anyway, Nollywood boom. The Nigerian film industry, Nollywood, was experiencing a boom during this period. Timaya's Dem Mama context. While Timaya's Dem Mama was released in 2007, the song itself was released in 2005 as a single. Wow. And appeared on his 2006 debut album, True Story. The song is a powerful commentary on the 99 Ode massacre in Bayelsa State, where he's from. You see, the thing about authenticity will always carry you through. Always carry you through. I don't care. It will always carry you through. Look at this. The fact that it's now on the 50 greatest Afrobeats song of all time. And bearing in mind, this is just the Billboard chart, Billboard's curation, not mine. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe at number 47, but I say more 48, but you know, is what it is. All right, listen. So yeah, that's that on that one, yeah. But let me know what your thoughts are. How old were you when that song came out? What was you doing when that song came out? In fact, you know what I mean? And let me know what your thoughts are on the music video. In fact, let's even ask that question. What is the concept of what's the concept of Dem Mama by Timaya music video? All right. Anyway, look, it won't get to that. Let's get to the next one because I don't want to be wasting too much time on these type of things. I'll be completely real with you. All right. So number 47 is Raise the Roof. Hey. Raise the Roof by Jazzman, Olofin, and Adewale. Yep. Ayuba. So let's just get into this one real quick. So raise. But yeah, if you're a fan of this concept, hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notification because I will be doing some of these type of things regardless. But as you can see, this was released in 2004. Wow, 2004. What? Wait. Time out. 2004. Like, that's literally 20 years old. Like, deep that for a moment. Can you just deep it for a moment? The song is 20 years old. It's old enough to drive. It's old enough to like, you know what I'm saying? It's old enough to vote. Oh, well, in some countries, I think the age is 21. I don't know, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it's old enough to vote. No, wait, wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But let's see, he produced it. So obviously, it was released in 2004 from the album Boiling Point. So yeah, let's see, he produced this real quick. All right, so it doesn't necessarily say he produced the album, so the track. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if we can go stroll all the way down because usually towards the end. All right, even Asake and Travis Scott have the song active, and they. All right, so it doesn't look like I can actually find the producer of this song, which is mad when you think about it. Oh wait, hang on. Here it says, this is the great OGB. Uh, oh, what? As in OGB, as in okay, I'm thinking of OFB, but then OGB, Old Junction Boys. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. No, it's not Old Junction Boys. Let me not get them confused. Let me not do that. This is different content, different time. Let's go. All right, so I ain't seen this website in a long minute. Reverb Nation. I wonder if my one is still up. That is mad. I ain't gonna search the hair though. But anyway, all right. So Raise the Roof was intended to be a hip hop and future experiment from the onset with the producer, according to Jazzman Olofin. All right. So hang on. Let's just click on this real quick because we need to find out who the producer is. It's fine to go on Twitter. I call it Twitter. You may call it X. Elon Musk may call it X, but I don't care. He just used the old domain name from a different business that went out. Well, no, not necessarily. Anyway, let's look about that. All right. So this is the great OJB Jezreel, legendary Afro hip hop and Afrobeats producer, answering my questions about the earliest hip hop and Fuji collaboration. In the Afrobeats, the backstory, I was criticized for claiming the song "Raise the Roof" by Jazzman Olofin featuring Ayuba as the first of such collabs, even though Pasuma had earlier featured on remedies such as jealousy. Seeing remedies spelt that way, I just also automatically think of remedy from Essentials. You know, if you know, you know. He's also Nigerian, by the way. But anyway, let's move. Anyway, my reason was I didn't consider jealousy to be a hip hop and future song, even with Idris rapped on it. Idris rapped on it. Jealousy was typically a Remedy's Afro and R&B song, more like Eddie Montana Star and Persona Soma appeared on the song Raise the Roof was intended to be hip hop and future experimental on its onset. Okay, with the producer according to Jazzman Olofin. Just as the producer Raised the Roof, OGB is saying in this clip from 2004, meeting the point of hip hop and future was Pasuma and Idris Remedies, but intended experiment. I don't even want to play it for copyright purposes. I'll be honest with you. But I will say this: if it is the case where it is OGB Jezreel is the producer for the out for that song, shout him out. Anyway, let's get into the next question, which is the next question is what no where did Raise the Roof by Jazzman Olu don't even do it like that. Where did it chart? Where did it chart? Raise the roof. I listen. Doesn't really actually quite say. This is interesting. Are they the copy? Is this what I'm looking at? Anyway, doesn't even say, which is fine. So we can say what was happening in 2014. No, 2004 when Raise the Roof was released. Raise the Roof by Jazzman was released. All right, so in 2004, Nigeria's experienced a period of civilian rule after the end of military dictatorship in 1999. Culturally, the music and scene was evolving with artists like Jazzman Olofin rising to prominence, reflecting the nation's diverse sounds and streets through the genre bending music. That this was happening alongside the ongoing growth and development of the country. Political climate, Nigeria had transitioned from military rule in 1999 to civilian governance, with 2004 making a period of democratic rule after years of military dictatorships. Strong word, dictatorships, but we move. Music in the Nigerian music industry was vibrant and evolving. Artists were gaining national and international recognition with for their unique sound. Jazzman Oliphant's rise, the year 2004 was pivotal for the artist Jazzman Olofin as it marked the release of his hit song Raise the Roof, which launched his solo career. Okay, so he was definitely in something else. Let me know in the comments below what group he was in, because to say solo career, that meant he had a career before that. The song Raise the Roof was a reflection of cultural expression. The song Raise the Reef was a reflection of Nigeria's diverse culture of Olofin's music, often described as echoing the vibrancy of the country's streets. Genre development. While the country had a rich musical history that included high life, the period around 2004 which saw a continuation of new genres developing and gaining popularity, with artists like Jazzman Olofin contributing to this evolution. That's interesting, because now it begs the question is, what's the difference between high life and Afrobeat and Afrobeats? Yeah. Notice how I said that what's the difference between high life, Afrobeats, and Afrobeat? Yeah. There must be a difference. You can't tell me there isn't, because there is a difference. Forgive me as I drink one of the most nutritious drinks in the world. Anyway, let's keep it moving. All right, so let's move on to the next one, as because there's much things to get into. Raise the Roof. Hey, listen. All right, so the next track is number 46. I'm not. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do the same thing I've been doing. You know what I mean? So the next track on it is obviously let's see. The next track on it is Victony Tempoe. So what we could say is this. Actually, sorry, Soweto. I mean, Soweto, Soweto, um, Victony. So yeah, that was released in 2022. We can obviously, here's the thing, yeah. The producer was obviously Tempoe. We ain't got like, you know what I mean. If you know, you know. He's the producer. We ain't got to dive deep into that. But look at the mix of genres that we can see here: R&B, Nigerian out here, Afro pop, Nigerian street music, Afro swing, Afro beats, Nigerian hip hop. It's multiple genres in one. So, in the question, should it be on this list? Yes, because it's Afro beats. You know what I mean? But you know what? I've got an idea. I know it's Wikipedia, but we're gonna do it this way, right? Because we want to find out the charts. So the weekly charts, we ain't gonna look at any other country except for Nigeria. All right, I don't care. Yeah, UK Afrobeats charts #1, but if it wasn't the UK charts, then what can I say? Hey, excuse me. Wow, that's why I need a green smoothie because I need to rebuild up my immune system. All right, so so Nigeria was at #4. All right, end of the year it was that's Netherlands. It was 3 times platinum, 300,000. It's a certified number, so we got that out of the way. All right, so there was a remix. So one also we're looking at the award, so it's won the best record of the year at the Headies. It was nominated for the producer of the year, but unfortunately didn't win that. So yeah, like I said, the producer is Tempoe. And there's a remix with Rema and who else in the remix? Let me double check. Omale. Oh, there's many different remixes. My bad. Anyway, but see, look here, it just says Afro beats. But anyway, let's just keep it moving. So obviously this released in 2022. That wasn't that long ago, by the way. So we're gonna get into what happened in Nigeria when Soweto was by Nigeria in 2022 when Soweto by Victony was released. All right, so specific. Let me just strip more of this though. Hit the subscribe button, turn into post notifications. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. So in May 2022, Victony. Oh, I need to charge this laptop. This is mad. All right. I need to see if I can brush through this thing because I've got another stream to get to. All right. So in May 2022, when Victony released the song Soweto, a major focus for the Nigerian music scene was the release of his debut single from his Outlaw EP. The song gained viral popularity through social media like TikTok, becoming a significant success in Afrobeats and charting internationally in the UK, Netherlands, Switzerland, and Canada. The music video for Soweto was released later in October 2022. Song release and initial success. Victony released Soweto featuring producer Tempoe as the first single from his Outlaw EP May 6, 2022. Viral popularity. The song quickly went viral, largely driven by its popularity on TikTok. International charting, we kind of mentioned that already. Music video, yep, we mentioned that already, but we didn't mention that the original was released in October 2022 and directed by Jade Ajala. Remixes featuring Don Toliver, American artist, and Omale was released with which was further propelled the song's success. Critical reception. The song was featured on I Listen. I ain't gonna shout out this. We're not gonna mention that. You read it yourself. You read it for yourself. It is what it is, all right. But that's that one. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you reckon that should be at number 46? Like I said, we're doing a deep dive analysis. This is a different type of reaction. Get me, just to bypass the copyright stuff, because the reality is, if I continue to react the way I used to react, I will no longer have a channel. That's just unfortunate fact. So we have to do it this way, all right? But anyway, let's get to the next one. The next one is Yahoo. I listen, Yahooze. If you know, you know. The original Yahoo Boy anthem. Get me? Get me? Yeah. By Olu Maintain. Get me? So this was released in 2017. It doesn't even feel like it was released in 2017. That's what's so mad about the certain songs. It's like when you hear it sonically, it feels like it could have been released like yesterday. Do you get it? It's that type of feeling. But anyway, as we can see here, it was released on his album self-titled, genres: Nigerian R&B, Afro pop, Nigerian street music, Afrobeats, Nigerian hip hop. But yeah, do you believe this should be placed at number 45? Because personally, I think it to be top 5. Personally. So we're gonna find out who is the real royalty of who's the real royalty. So let's find out who produced this. The real royalty of Afrobeats. Let's find out. We're about to find out. All right, so the producer was Puffy T. All right, listen, we know you named yourself after, you know what I'm saying? No Diddy. Like Diddy. You know what I'm saying? We know you did. Come on, let's be real. Like, the only other Puffy we know is Puff, like, I ain't gonna say his name like that, you know what I'm saying? Like Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Or like, it is what it is, Puffy T. Like, otherwise, why would you call yourself Puffy? What? Because you got puffy cheeks, all right? Or maybe like Puff Puff. Never thought about that. Anyway, let's keep moving. But yeah, like, this was a 30 banger when it came out. A 30 banger. But obviously, as we do, we've got to find out where it charted. Yahooze, Olu Maintain, chart. Where did it chart? Yahoo, Yahooze, Yahoo. I listen. Check mama. I listen. When that song come out, yeah, I swear to you, I wanted a Hummer. I wanted a Hummer. That's the only song that made me wanted to make me get a Hummer. Like, think about it. It's one of those tunes, isn't it? Anyway, let's see what it says here. So Olu Maintain, Yahooze did not chart on the major international charts, but won hottest single of the year at the 2008 Nigerian Entertainment Awards. You see why I said earlier, it's not necessarily about the charts, because there's some songs, unfortunately, they don't chart, but we know it has a significant impact. There's songs like that that have a significant impact, but for some reason, it's not on the charts like that. For some reason, it's such a strange concept with the music industry, because it's like, all right, well, it's a banger, why isn't it charting? You know, like, you get it. It's what it is. Anyway, so by it won the hot single of the year at 2008 Nigerian Entertainment Awards. The song became the cultural phenomenon in Nigeria after its release in May 2007 and led to a performance at the Royal Albert Hall in London with former US Secretary of State Colin Powell. That's insane when you think about it. But anyway, Colin Powell. Why not always saying Colin Powell? It's Colin Powell. I don't know why. Anyway, the song won hot. Sorry, read that anyway. So international recognition, despite not charting on mainstream international lists, the song achieved significant global recognition Olu Maintain performed it at the, well, we mentioned that anyway already. Culture impact. The song became a major hit in Nigeria, celebrated for the catchy tune and the Yahooze dance. It noted for being one of the first time Nigerian artists openly celebrated a lavish lifestyle in their music. Yeah. So Davido, yeah, wouldn't be where he is now without Olu Maintain. That's just a fact. Think of, look, we know he comes from, like, we know he comes from money in it, right? We know he comes from money. But the reality is, for him to be like singing about money and flashing money in his music videos, this ain't the disrespect Davido, by the way. I'm just saying it. Like, think about it. He's flashing his money because of Olu Maintain. If it wasn't for him, would he? Who knows? I guess we'll never know. But one thing we will find out is what was happened in Nigeria in 2017 when Yahooze by Olu Maintain, hold on, was released. Jigga mama, hama, hama. Hey, listen. So yeah, man. All right, let's go. So in 2017, as the song Yahooze by Olu Maintain was being discussed, Nigeria was dealing with a recession. Recession on the way, but on another note. Anyway, Nigeria was dealing with a recession and the ongoing issue of the internet fraud. Hence Yahoo boys having this anthem. You get me? Anyway, which was being debated in relation to the song lyrics. The song was released in 2007, was re-examined and criticized by some who saw it as glorifying Yahoo or cybercrime. The conversation was coincided with a legal court case of another artist, Dami Crane, or Crane, or if I mispronounced it, let me know in the comments below, who was also facing charges related to fraud, which some news outlets drew parallels to the Yahooze song. Wow, didn't know that. Economics context: Nigeria was in a recession in 2017, making the song themes of lavish spending and material wealth and sensitive topic. Culture context: the discussion around Yahooze touched on the growing issue of internet fraud, also known as Yahoo, in Nigeria, and some saw the song as contributing to its glamorization. Legal context: the legal troubles of musician Dami Crane, who was arrested for credit card fraud in 2017, brought the topic of internet fraud to the forefront and led the renewed discussions about its connection to the music industry and the Yahooze song. I mean, let's be honest, Dami Crane is not Olu Maintain. So that's two different situations. If you bang fraud, yeah, that's you banging fraud, isn't it? That ain't got nothing to do with the artist in question. Yeah, he may have been an artist himself, but hey, listen, that's on you. You need to be accountable for the things you do. What was it that Tuba said? I can't be accountable for anyone else. I can only be accountable for myself and what I do. You know what I mean? Yes, I said I'm from the garden. That's because I'm still here. Anyway, shout out to Tupac. What's I say? Shout out. I'm saying rest in peace to Tupac. But anyway, let's keep it moving. But yeah, that's at number 45. Yeah. All right. So let's get to number 44. All right. Boom. So number 44 is, let's see, is Ice Prince. Ice Prince, the money. We won't go to the lyrics, but we will go to this, and we're going to find out exactly what year this was released. It was released in 2011. All right. By the way, my name is Versatile, aka Alkebulan, trust the name you can trust when it comes to all things reaction. Make sure you hit the like button, turn on the post notifications. Make sure you share. You know what I mean? We're doing a deep dive. We're going to find out who and why who is the actual royalty when it comes to Afrobeats. We're going to do a deep dive. So stay with me now. We're going to go through it. All right. We're going to go through it and we have to find out exactly why. This is why we're doing a deep dive. I know you would prefer actual seeing videos and stuff like that, but the reality is this is the best concept I can do that bypasses the copyright situation. Because if I continue in that method, guess what happens? I no longer have a channel. You know what I mean? So you want to continue to support me, you know what to do. Anyway, so this was released in Oleku was released in 2011. Ice with Brymo. Gave me Chocolate City and that. If you know, you know. Um, so it's from the album Everybody Loves Ice Prince. So reggae, Afro pop, Afrobeats, Nigerian hip hop. I believe when I see it from this section, it just they're probably look on the album, not just the song, because I don't get the reggae vibes from this. Because we about to explode. Whoops, let me be careful what I'm saying. But anyway, all right. So it was produced by Jesse Jaggs. You get me? Jesse Jaggs produced this. So I should have known that on top of my head, to be honest with you. I should have known that. I really should have known that. But as we know now, you get me? So let me know what your favorite Jesse Jaggs song is when it comes to productions. Let me know in the comments below. You get me? And maybe we can do a deep dive into the discography in terms of the productions and stuff of that nature. Yeah. So now we're gonna look into the chart history. Get me? Where did it chart? Okay, we're just gonna go click on Wikipedia. I know it's Wikipedia, but bear with me, people. There's only some things I can do with this situation. Wow. Anyway, accolades. So we ain't gonna look at the nominations. We're gonna look straight at what he won. All right, because it's about winning. All right, nominations are fine, but it's about winning. So at the City People Entertainment Awards, he won Song of the Year. Yeah. Then at the Nigerian Entertainment Awards, this was that was in 2000, so 2011 really. So in 2011 again, Nigerian Entertainment Awards, hottest single of the year. All right. Now 2011. All right. Again at the Channel O Musical Video Awards, he was won by the most. He won the most gifted newcomer video. Yeah. Then he also won at the Headies. Yeah. He won 2 Heady Awards. Yeah. Best rap single and song of the year. So, it's interesting to see these type of things though. Do you know what I mean? And since the release of it, there's been numerous remixes and covers. Like as you can see here, Victor, Muges of R2Bs, Victoria Kamani, Sarkodie. Of course, Sarkodie is going to cover it. It's yeah, Young Six. I ain't seen that guy's name in a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you. Still, but yeah, so that's pretty much that on that part. We can't obviously see where it charted, but I'm gonna do it this way. Where did it chart? Hold on. Where did it chart? See, I should have did it that way. When you ask certain questions, it makes sense. All right, so Oleku by Ice Prince charted at #1 in Nigeria, becoming a major hit across the country and one of the most popular Nigerian songs in 2010. It was also a successful track in other African countries and appeared on Shazam Ghana chart. Nigeria, see, hence why Sarkodie and you know what I mean. What's his name from RTB's their version. Anyway, where was I? So the Oleku was the #1 chart song, one of the most popular Nigerian songs of 2010. The song was a smash. So the song was a smash hit across the continent, becoming one of the most remixed Nigerian songs of all time. In Ghana, it appeared at 81 at the Shazam chart, according to this. All right. Now, look, let me know what your thoughts are on that song, though. Like, where was you and how old was you at the time when that song came out? Get me? Because I like to know these type of information. Because music has that way where it makes you think of where was you at that time. But we want to find out what was happening, what happened in Nigeria in 2011 when Oleku by Ice Prince was released. Demi, bear with me as I drink my smoothie. I've got to finish this. All right, so 2011, when the Ice Prince Oleku's was released Nigeria's experienced a surge in the popularity of Nigerian hip hop music. A phenomenon. Why can I never say that word? Phenomenon, largely driven by the song's massive success and its status as one of the most remixed tracks in the country's history. The release of Oleku marked a pivotal moment for Ice Prince, launching him to stardom and establishing his debut album, Everybody Loves Ice Prince, as a significant release of the year. The album itself received mixed reviews from critics, who debated its musical direction, but was widely praised for its catchy tunes and public appeal. Rise to fame, Oleku propelled Ice Prince into the spotlight, becoming one of the most popular and remixed we've seen this Nigerian contributor to his fame. Everybody Likes Ice Prince. The song was the lead single from Ice Prince's debut album, which was released in 2011. Album reception, critics were divided on the album, some finding it to be too strong a debut with catchy melodies, whilst others criticized the inconsistent quality and lack of cohesive sound, attributing to its desire to appeal to a wide audience by blending different genres. Yeah, you know what's mad? When I first listened to the album, I didn't have a feeling of him trying to appeal to different sounds. It just almost felt like, when this is where with debut albums, the whole point is to open people's ears to, like, this is what I can do. Do you know what I mean? So it's only when it's a second album where you could be like, it lacks direction or there's no real cohesiveness or whatever. That's when you could do that. But when it's the debut album, you don't do that. You honestly don't do that because it doesn't make no sense. Personally, it just doesn't make no sense. You can leave your answer in the comment section below, but in regards to how you feel about debut albums and the sophomore albums, but think about it. It's your, let's put it this way, it's your debut album. And then someone says to you, the direction it went, I don't think it actually was, you don't know what direction you're going in. There was, you know what I mean? No, relax. Listen to the soundscape of it. This is the direction I wanted to go. If I wanted to try and reach a broad reach, it is what it is. You know what I mean? There's sometimes them artists, they think like that, and some just want to make music, and whatever happens, isn't it? But anyway, cultural impact, the song's widespread popularity and the numerous remixes solidified its place as a cultural touchstone in Nigerian music, demonstrating the growth and influence of hip hop in the country. Now, this begs the question: should this be at number, 44? Let me know in the comments below. But we spent too much on this one, so we're going to go to the next one, which is at number 42, which is Libianca. People, let's go. So this was released in 2023, so that was like 2 years ago. Which is good to see because the last few artists we were doing were from where? Nigeria. So, and she's from I think Cameroon. But anyway, so the song was released in 2023 from the album Walk Away. You know what? Let's just go here because you can clearly see the producers on here and the charts and all that stuff there. Released in 2022, technically. Oh, from the album Walk Away in December 5th. And now I just realized why I couldn't react to it because it was signed to Sony. But anyway, we move. So look at all the chart position, the weekly charts. We have to go to, if Cameroon ain't there, I don't know what's going on. I mean, Nigeria top Afro R&B songs #1. In fact, let's go for the African countries instead. Then let's do it that way. Nigeria top 100 songs, songs 12 turntable, Brymo 1. So you can see like it was doing well on the charts. Like it was doing well. It did absolutely well on the charts. Like very, very well. Very well. Like, do you know what I mean? Very, very well. My only concern though, if I'm honest, is we didn't see he produced the track, did we? That's who we were meant to do. He produced the track. Let's go back up. All right, so the producer is Madge, the producer. So shout out to Madge. Get me? It also peaked within the top 5 in South Africa. So I'm looking at that. But Libianca's personal experience with depression, the song had particular success. So that's what it was more or less about. And she's Cameroonian American. Just say Cameroonian. It's easier that way. You don't want to say Nigerian British or British Nigerian or you know what I mean? No, allow it, man. With chess. And obviously, I get it. If you're born in the UK and you can want to say you're British, just say you're British. But hey, listen, there's a fast way for them to let you know that you're not British. I'll let you know that. I let you know that for free. But anyway, but let's get straight into this one. We know where it charted. In fact, let's do this. Where did it chart? Let's do a proper deep dive on where it charted because then we get a proper scope. Because I'm not gonna lie, looking at that way was hurting my eyes. All right, Libianca's song "People" charted globally, reaching #1 in the Netherlands and Suriname. See, and Suriname is although it's a Dutch territory, unfortunately, but it's actually a Caribbean island, if I remember correctly. You know what I mean? We'll get to that another time, but anyway, and trying high in the UK, peaking at the number 2 on the official single charts, and the Nigeria #1 on the official Nigeria Top 100. It also appeared on the charts in the US Billboards US Afrobeats Song chart at #2, and was a hit on streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. United Kingdom peaked at #2 in the official single charts and held at #1 spot on the official Afrobeat charts for 6 weeks. So, do you believe it's fair that it should be at number 42? Let me know in the comments below. All right, Netherlands and Suriname reached #1 on the charts. In case you didn't know, I believe Virgil van Dijk is from Suriname. You know what I mean? But he plays for the Netherlands. Nigeria hit #1 on the official Nigeria Top 100. United States debuted at a Billboard US Afrobeat Song chart as #2 and also entered the Billboard Global 200 and Billboard Global excluding US charts. Other regions charted in other countries, including New Zealand, #2, Ireland, and #2, and made entries on global charts for Apple Music and Spotify. But let me know in the comments below. What do you believe? Do you believe this should have been in that number 42 based on that information? Because obviously, if you're doing it on charts, then all right, fairs. If you're doing it on impact, all right, fairs. Because remember, Yahooze wasn't on the charts, but it still has a significant cultural impact. Do you know what I mean? I say the word Yahooze and I immediately have the song in my head. Does that happen to you when you see the word and you immediately have it in your head? But anyway, let's just get into this. What was happening? Hold on. In Cameroon this time in 2000 and let's do 2020. It's bad because it said ended of 2022, didn't it? So let's put it to when people by Libianca was released. Yahooze, Yahooze. All right. All right, so in December 2022, when Libianca's song "People" was released, Cameroon was grappling with the ongoing Anglophone crisis, which was causing widespread displacement and suffering, particularly in English-speaking regions. At the same time, the country was also experiencing a societal impact of COVID-19. Well, I don't want to even say that word. Pandemic, which was a background theme of the song. There's some words I have to be very careful with what I have to say because, hey, listen, like I said, I'm trying to avoid copyrights. I'm trying to avoid being banned. I'm trying to avoid all of that. You understand? Anyway, So where was I? So yeah, so the political, so with so at the same time, the country is experiencing the social impact of pandemic, which was a background theme of the song. Now that I didn't know. Did you know that information? I always just thought it was just a thing about depression. That's just my take on it. But if that's it, then that's what I mean. Anglophone crisis. So the conflict in the English-speaking regions was a major backdrop to the year. Libianca's herself was later released a song called "God's People" to raise funds for victims of this crisis, and has received threats from rebels involved in the conflict. We'll get into to talking about rebels and how they are created and how they are, yeah, you know what I mean. When I say there is, I don't even want to say too much right now because gotta be careful what I want to say. But let's just say this: everything happened for a reason, not no reason. Well, let's put it as simple as that. All right, so the pandemic effects were still being felt. The song "People" was inspired by Bianca's own feelings of isolation and struggling to cope after post-pandemic gathering, according to that website still that protected Tim Westwood, who very dark man needs to talk about. But I have a live stream or a video on that, and you can watch that another time if you haven't watched it already. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Stay focused. The musical context, the song "People," the song was released, was tied to the wider societal impact of the pandemic and mental health struggles. Libianca's stance expressed a desire to remain neutral in the conflict, even as she was receiving threats from rebels who wanted her to take sides. See, this is the thing about life here. I mean, when it comes down to it, it's like, let's be real. Naturally, if you don't say something or you do say something, and you want to remain neutral, you're still taking a side. I know that sounds mad to say, but that is what it is. Do you know what I mean? You're still taking a side. Because it's like, anyway, I don't want to get into it because politics and all that stuff there is a mad thing still. But anyway, let's just keep it moving. Let's get into the next one. At number 41 is Asake. In fact, he got a tiny death that's happened that I really wanted to react to, but unfortunately, I cannot react to that unless I was to watch it myself and then get into a situation where I can talk about it like in a different context. Do you get it? Maybe I have to do it that way and just I don't know, maybe. All right, so peace be peace be unto you by Asake was also released in 2022. All right, so let's see, it was produced by real quick. It should be here. But yeah, listen, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think Asake peace be unto you should be at number 41? I'm thinking I'm looking at the time, I'm thinking maybe I have to cancel my other stream. Do you know what I mean? So produced by Magic Sticks. Um, let me know what other Magic Sticks songs you are aware of that has been produced by Magic Sticks, and whether I should do a deep dive into it. Now we figure out where it was charted. We'll just go get into it. All right. Um, but yeah, let's see. So Ashake, peace be unto where did it chart? All right. So here we go. So where did it chart? Ashake's peace be upon to you. Um, topped the charts in Nigeria, most notably reaching number one on the first ever turntable Nigeria Top 100 chart in July 2022. Reports turntable charts, and it was reached number one on Nigeria Top 100 albums for its debut week and peaked at number one on Nigeria's Apple Music chart. Legendary. That is legendary. But we're gonna find out who is the true royalty of Afrobeats. All right, so let's keep it moving. You know what I mean? We're gonna find out. We gonna find out. We gonna find out. All right, so Nigeria Top 100. The song debuted at #1 on the Turntable Nigeria Top 100 charts. The first time it achieved the top spot on the country's official standard music chart, Apple Music. It reached the #1 position on the Apple Music chart in June 2022. Other charts. The track also topped other charts in Nigeria, including Nigeria Top 100 albums, and was highlighted on the other Nigerian music platforms. Now, like I'm gonna ask you this question in the comment section below. Let me know. Even though, yeah, it charted, don't get me wrong. Again, we're just looking at impact. Is it because of the impact of knowing this was the first one that charted on that Nigeria turntable top 100 chart? Like, but then it's like, shouldn't it be placed a bit further down? I don't know. Leave your answer in the comment section below. Like, I'm conflicted. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what to say in that context, but you can let me know in the comments below. Let me see. When released in 2002, what was happening? Hold on. In Nigeria. Let me see if I can find it this way. All right, so when Peace Be Unto You was released in 2002, Nigerian music scene was dominated by Afrobeats, with Asake himself achieving breakout status as a new star. His rise began with the release of his EP, on another day, Asake, in February 2022. I know I might have butchered that, but you know, it is what it is. Where was I? After signing with Amadi's YBN L Nation, while his music gained popularity through platforms like TikTok, the release of Peace Be Unto You came in June 2022, adding a year of major hits for the artist. Rise to fame. You know what's mad? Okay, no. 2022 was also Ashake's breakout year. He signed to YBN L Nation in February and released a debut album EP the same month, which featured popular songs like Omo, Ope, and Shungba. Shungba. I mispronounced that, didn't I? Dominating Afrobeats, the Nigerian Afrobeats genre continued to thrive with Asake emerging as dominant force. His unique blend of Fuji. You know what? I asked this the wrong. Did I ask it the wrong way? You know, sometimes when you ask certain questions, you get different answers. Anyway, TikTok influence. So yeah, the Nigerian Afrobeats genre continued to thrive with Asake as the dominant force. His unique blend of Fuji and Amapiano and street slang became a major part of the scene sound. TikTok's influence platform like TikTok played a significant role in promoting Afrobeats, with viral dance challenges boosting its reach of artists like Asake, Wizkid, and CK. Global recognition and Ashake's music, including Peace Be Unto You, single released in June 2022, it garnered international attention through the signing of distribution company Empire. Other notable events: Nigerian artists like Burna Boy, Davido, and Wizkid also won awards at AFRIMA Awards, solidifying a country's strong presence in the global music scene. Yeah, I mean that's what happened, but I want to see something else. Hold on, I wanna do it this way. What was happening in Nigeria in 2002 when? Let's see if we get the same answer. We actually do. Okay, no. We do and we don't. We do and we don't. I just need to see it for myself if I put it in the right context. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just copy. Hold on, let me just copy this. So when I need it, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to type it. You know the way there, because that is long. All right, because we got a long way to go, and I might be here till flipping 9 at this rate. Not joking. I'll be quick. Don't worry. All right, so the next on that list is Unavailable. All right, so shout out to Davido, which is interesting. He charted before, not charted. He was on the list before Wizkid. Hmm. So yeah, he's at number 40. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Like I said, I'm doing a deep dive. We're gonna find out who really is the royalty of Afrobeats. You know what I mean? Let me know. Like we're gonna find out. We going to find out. Yeah, we're gonna do a deep dive. All right. In fact, no, I know what I'm gonna do. Um, yeah, I'm gonna do deep dive. But some of them, I'll be honest. Actually, I'm gonna do it this way so I can get to everything on time. Let's do this. No, it was the other way around, wasn't it? It was in 2023. All right, so 2023, the song "Unavailable" by Davido was a major success in Nigeria and international charting across the globe, and even being called one of the best songs of the year by Rihanna. The same Rihanna that's not releasing albums. Okay, I'm just saying. That's a good song, by the way. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Anyway, when a song was very available, the phrase could also refer to Davido's performance at Davido's concert in December 2023. Davido's songs unavailable to release in April 2023 as part of the album Timeless. He also released an official music video for the song in April 2023. The song Unavailable was released. I actually asked the wrong question because no, what was happening in Nigeria in 2023? That didn't answer. Hold on. Hold on, people. Uh-huh. This is what I was trying to go for. Do you understand? Because I want to get a broader concept. We're talking about a deep dive. A deep dive, all right? So in 2023, while Nigerian music artist Davido was released his hit song Unavailable from his album Timeless, Nigeria was in a period of major political transition following February presidential election. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was inaugurated in May 2023, marking the beginning of his administration, while globally Unavailable became a hit song that topped the charts and broke streaming records. I could see why it's in that list now. All right. When you think about it in the context of breaking records and being impactful that way, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's keep moving. Political context. Nigeria held its presidential election in February 2023, a significant event that led to the change of national leadership. Inauguration. Tinubu was inaugurated as the new president of Nigeria in May 2023, ushering a new administration. Yeah, we won't talk about that for now. We'll talk about that another day. You know what I mean? Music and cultural context. Unavailable releases. The music video for Unavailable, which features a collaboration with Musa Kizz, who was released in April 2023. Album success. Unavailable was the fifth track on Davido's album Timeless, which was released in March 2023 and received critical acclaim for its diverse sound. Streaming and charts, the song quickly became a viral hit, topping the UK Afrobeats chart in April 2023, breaking the streaming records on platforms like Spotify. Cultural impact. This is key here. Cultural impact. The song was praised for its upbeat tempo and electric video, which was directed by Dami Twitch, who and featured scenes of euphoria and cultural imagery. You see that I think when it comes to music videos, yeah, it's always good to incorporate where you're from. You know what I'm saying? And one thing Davido does is that's what even though he may flaunt his money sometimes, he does try and he does try and promote, like he promotes the culture of Nigeria. He promotes many cultures within Nigeria. He promotes Like that's the one thing I've seen him do. Even though we won't talk about the him going to America for to try and outdo, what's his name? Um, what's the name? JP in it. You know what I mean? Priscilla and Jux and Priscilla. We won't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Try to outdo them, but then get me, Mr. Easy and Temi. All I can say is that I won't say that outdid them, but the way they did it, they went about it in the right way, if that makes sense. You're not making up too much noise. You're just letting things flow naturally. Do you know what I mean? No disrespect to Drix and Priscilla. No disrespect to Chama and Davido. I'm just saying, sometimes less noise is better. Yeah, you don't have to overdo it. You know what I mean? Let other people celebrate you. You don't have to. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to make yourself available like that. Pun intended. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on that song. Was it right to be at number 40? So yeah, let's get to number 49. I mean 49, 39, which was Shake Body by Scales. This was released in 2015. So we're gonna ask the same question. Because of the time, I'm gonna condense the deep dive. It's still gonna be a deep dive, by the way, but it's not gonna be the deep dive that I wanted to more or less do, because I'm just realizing the time, and it means that I'm gonna have to postpone my live stream for another day for my other channel, which is fine. It's not that deep. In 2015, when no, that's not where to put it. It was here. It was. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. So what was happening in Nigeria in 2015 when Shake Body by Scales was released? Get me. One thing for certain that was happening in one part of the world. One thing that was happening in part of the world was Lamine Yamal was having some level of skills, developing into the player that he's continuing to develop to be. I'm saying continuing to develop to be because I think people forget how young he is. Do you know what I mean? He's very young, and then do you know what I mean? I guess last year was more or less I don't want to say breakout year, but it made people realize he's here. Do you know what I mean? He's here, and he's here to stay. Do you know what I mean? I do wish he played for Equatorial Guinea or was it Algeria or where is it? Equatorial Guinea, or there was another African country, but he chose Spain. But we'll talk about that another day, another subject. But as for Scales, all right, so in 2015, Nigeria was experiencing a vibrant music scene with the release of Scales' Shake Body, which became a huge hit. And the breakup single for the artist after he left his previous record label. The song gained mainstream popularity, competing with other major hits at that time, and earned Scales a nomination for Hottest Single of the Year at the Nigerian Entertainment Awards. This was a period of a renewed success for Scales, solidifying his place in the Afrobeats genre after a period of uncertainty. The Shake Body became Scales' breakthrough hit single, giving him the mainstream attention, and after he departed from ME in 2014. So dominating the music scene, the song was popular and it competed with the other major hits music from artists like Wizkid, Kizz Daniel, Davido. They spelled Kizz Daniel's name wrong, but is what it is. For the hottest single of the year and at the 2015 Nigeria Entertainment Awards, renewed success of Shake Body helped restore Scales for the spotlight and reaffirm his position in Nigerian music industry. Critical recognition, his success was recognized, and with a domination of male artist of the year in 2015, the Nigerian Entertainment Award. Now, it's interesting seeing these type of things because what I do want to elaborate on is the fact of what's not mentioned is what me mentioned about Lamine Yamal is because of the whole scale situation. He was dancing to that song. Funny enough, yeah, like funny enough, with one of the players, who's a striker. What's his name? Samu. Amadorian. What's his name? I don't even want to Google his name real too quick, but basically, like I know he's a Edo bro, right? That's all I know. He's a Benin, but no, where's he from? Yeah, he's from Edo State. Um, so it's like he could have played for Nigeria. So who knows? Did he put that song onto Lamine Yamal, or did Lamine Yamal already know about the song? What is the answer? Leave it us to comment below because it's interesting to see these type of things. But again, I don't even want to talk about him playing for Nigeria. Do you know what I mean? Like, I sorry, playing for Spain instead of Nigeria. But another day for another subject. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, you may say it's because they don't want to play for Nigeria or whatever the case may be, or they want to play for Nigeria, but the infrastructure is not there properly like that. Like, there's so many excuses that some people want to give. Yeah, there's so many excuses. But anyway, we'll get that for another day, another subject. But yeah, let's keep it moving. All right, so number 38. Let's get to number 38. Number 38 was Loj. Okay. There's Mona Lisa. So again, this was released in 2022. So there was a lot of a lot of Afrobeat songs released in 2022, and obviously, you see, you see Chris Brown also on the remix, which is another good thing because that gives more international recognition. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. No long things. So we're gonna do, but we already knew what happened in 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 Nigeria when Mona Lisa by released. Very rumbling. All right, so when Mona Lisa by Loj was released in 2021, it's 2021 by the way. Nigeria was in the midst of aftermath of the 2020 lockdown and subsequent economic challenges. The country was also navigating the end SARS protests, a major civil unrest. In fact, 4 days ago, the day of the live stream is 24th of October. So, you know what I mean? It was anyway, if you know, the anniversary not so long ago. Get me? Rest in peace to those that fallen. Get me? Man. Anyway, the country was also navigating the NSAR protests and major civil unrest that took place in October 2022 and was also dealing with a social and political tension resulting from them. So Nigeria, after the rest of the world, was navigating the economic and social fallout from 2020 lockdown. The country was in the process of reopening and adjusting to the normal, with events and activities slowly returning. Let me know how you felt during that era. Because I'm just trying to deep it, yeah. 2020. I remember, yeah, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I remember I was looking for employment, you know, like a new employment. And then yeah, it was new employment I was looking for, yeah. And I'll never forget. I promise you, I signed that contract. I was ready to join the next day. No, not next day. I think like the next week or something like that. And then I remember, because I remember it wasn't too far from where I live. And then next thing you know, lockdown. So that voided the contract. I even like when the lockdown was over and that. Do you think that company exists now? in that location? Nope. Nope. They may still exist under a different name, but they don't exist. You know what I mean? But it's fine because the employment I got now, I'm very grateful to God. Everything happens for a reason. You get me? I'll say that on that end for me personally. But what was going on in your life around that time? Like, let me know in the comment section below. Yeah, man. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So, the pro. So, where was I? And so the NSAS protest, which began in October 2020, had a significant impact on Nigeria, calling for the end of police brutality. The protests and the aftermath contributed to climate and social, political, and tensions in the country at the time of the song's release. The music scene and Nigerian music scene was rapidly evolving, with Afrobeats and Amapiano blending together to create new hybrid sounds. The song's release was part of a growing wave of new Nigerian music that was gaining international traction. Like I said, with that Chris Brown remix, international traction. You know what I mean? So let me know what your thoughts are on the whole situation and where was you at that time. And let me know, should this song be at number 38? Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, let's get into the next track. I'm going to do it this way. Let me do it this way because I want to save time. So number 37 is Oxlade. Give me a second. Let me just type this real quick. Look at me. Closer. Sorry. So yeah, let's go. Listen, if you're a fan of this content, hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notification. Get out, because my name is Versatile, aka Alkebulan. Trust and you can trust when it comes to all things reactions. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, man. And let's get straight into this one. So the Closer tune with Oxlade, Colossa, was a release in 2022. Nigeria is still dealing with the aftermath of October 2020 and SARS protests, which had a significant impact on Oxlade and many other Nigerians. The song itself was recorded after a personal setback for the artist and gained significant traction, becoming a global hit after its release via college studios performance. So aftermath, the NSARS protests, the NSARS movement against police brutality had a profound effect on Oxlade, who was injured during the protests. I didn't even know that, in Lagos, as the trauma from these events is a theme in his debut album, Oxlade from Africa, as highlighted in Deeds magazine's personal setback. Oxlade recorded Colossal just 2 days after a personal setback, feeling uncertain about how the song would be received. Global rise of the song popularity exploded after it was featured in a college studio performance, which helped it go viral, becoming a global hit. And that's interesting. I always believe music in general, whether it's Afrobeats, hip hop, grime, reggae, I don't care what genre it is, yeah. So long as you are authentic, when you are authentic and you speak from a place where what you dealt with or what you've experienced or what you are seeing, and you're dealing with it, you're expressing it from a place of authenticity, it makes sense. Don't you? Leave your answer in the comment section below. Doesn't it make sense when an artist, you feel the song more when you can tell it's from a place of authenticity? You can feel it more. Like those, like for me personally, when there's artists, unfortunately, that are not as authentic, I don't feel their music. I'm not a fan of their music. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna mention no names. Get me? But yeah. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on this song. Should this have been at number 37? Um. Anyway, so next we have Malik Berry with Control. Let me do it this way. Like I said, I'm looking at the time, so I have to not cut short my proper deep dive, but this is still a deep dive. All right, don't get that twisted. But we go find out who is the real royalty of Afrobeats. Um, got the wrong glass. All right, bear with me, people. Let's go sip this. But yeah, man. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. All right. So, when Malik Berry Control was released in 2016, Nigeria's music scene was experiencing a surge in Afrobeats popularity, with artists like Wizkid and Davido already making significant international waves. Malik Berry himself, was a prominent producer, keyword producer, and artist who had been a key figure in this movement, having produced for major stars and signed with Wizkid's label. The release of Control solidified his position as a leading artist in this growing global phenomenon. The reason why I said it was keyword is producer, because yes, you have the artists that sing the songs, yeah, or perform the songs, but you also need the producer. The producer is the soup. You know what I mean? Get me? You can't have pounding down without the soup. What are you talking about? Let's keep it moving. All right, so where was I? All right, so the rise of Afrobeats. The Afrobeats genre transitioning from a regional phenomenon to a global movement. But it's interesting this, because even prior to that, I always felt like from where I am in the UK, I've always had this feeling of Afrobeats being prominent. I never really saw it not being prominent. Do you get it? I guess there's a difference between being prominent from a global standpoint. Because obviously, if you're around certain people, you're gonna hear certain things and see certain things. Do you get it? But anyway, Malik's role was already successful producer for major Nigerian artists, and had released other popular singles which set the stage for Control's success. Key players, artists like Wizkid, Davido, were already at the forefront of the genre, paving the way for other artists, including Malik Berry, to gain international recognition. Malik Berry's success and the success of Control was a testament to the growing international appeal of Afrobeats music. And I tell you one thing, even with the video, from what I do recall, it has that feeling of energy and vibrancy. That's what I want to use, vibrancy, because of the colors. It's like it pops out. Do you know what I mean? The song is vibrant itself, but the video is vibrant. It's different as well. Like you see the animation of the mouth on what do you call that thing? Like I forgot what you call it. My mind is elsewhere. What do you call it? Picture frame or whatever. Like it's just creative. I like it, man. I like it. I like creative visuals, man. Like it's just different. It's just different. It's just different. But anyway, let's get to the next one, which is Banner by Tekno at number 35. Do you believe that should be at number 35? Let me know in the comments below. Let's keep it moving. Get me. Get me. We're gonna do it like this. Let's go. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go. If you're a techno fan, hit the subscribe button. You want me to do a deep dive on these albums? Let me know in the comments below. I will do a proper. Do you know what it is? Because obviously, when I started, you know what I mean, there was a proper different structure. I promise you, different structure. But this is a great way to just keep it short and simple for now. All right. All right. So when Panel by Tekno was released in 2016, he was rapidly becoming one of Nigeria's biggest and most recognizable stars. He's also a music producer as well, by the way, just you know. With songs becoming a major global hit and cementing in his international fame. At the time, he was already well known in Africa and beyond, and the release of Panel was a major career milestone that led for more international success. Yeah, or recognition and performance. Says Panel was a massive success and considered Tekno's biggest hit to date. I disagree. He's got a bigger hit. I feel like what's that tune with oh, it's gonna bug me. There's a tune, yeah. Maybe it's just me. What album is on? Give me a second. I'm gonna find that album. I would come away from this, but it's the thing of I don't wanna. I want to keep that pattern I got there. I'm not gonna lie to you. It seems a lot more easier. I'm not gonna play it because obviously, um, it's on his. I think it's on his album. I think the song's "Addicted." Give me a second. Let me. The song is "Enjoy." The song is "Enjoy." Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. Listen. I think that tune. No disrespect to this tune, but do you know what I mean? There's certain tunes, yeah, but maybe it's just me. When you listen to certain artists, sometimes they're like hidden gems or hidden. Do you know what I mean? Hidden gems on certain albums that some people will catch and some people won't catch. Do you know what I mean? But that's one of my favorite tunes of his. That hands down. Let me know what your favorite techno song is. Let me know in the comments below. Uh, anyway, let's keep it moving. So, where was I? All right, so by 2016, Tekno was already a huge star, recognized across Africa and many foreign markets. Pana, in particular, exported him to new foreign markets. The song was released alongside other hits he had during the period, solidifying his status as a major artist. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much that. That's at number. He's at number 35. Do you think it's fair for him to be at number 35 for that song? Let me know in the comments below. But like I said, we're going to find out who is the real royalty of Afrobeats. Yeah. So now, yeah, we're just gonna get to number 34, which is let's see real quick. Number 34 is P Square. Personally, P. All right. So yeah, personally, P Square is one of my favorites. Yeah, they're like my favorites. It's magic because at the time I didn't realize. See, this is what I was trying to say to you about with the whole Malik Berry situation when they're mentioning about being getting a global recognition. This is what I mean because I was hearing P Square. You know what I mean? So to me, let's deep it for a moment. All right. So when P Square Song personally was released, Nigeria was experienced a vibrant and unrestrained party culture characterized by widespread popularity of Afrobeats music and a strong sense of urgency and revelry in social scenes like clubs. This era, often viewed as a time of energetic and almost defiant fun, where music like P Squares filled the air everywhere from clubs to homes. The music reflected the era's bold statement, over the top party atmosphere, and its success showcased the duo's dominance in a competitive Nigerian music scene. One thing it's not doing is mentioning the year that it was released. Um, it was released. I've got the not the year here. It was released in 2013. All right, just to let you know. All right, so boom. So Nigeria had a lively social scene marked by unrestricted parties and clubs. P Square's music captured the energy with songs like personally resonating with the party-going youth. Dominance of Afrobeats. P Square's rise to prominence was part of the burgeoning Afrobeats genre. The song was so the songs were so popular they were heard everywhere on the streets. Yeah, we heard this. Anyway, the song's upbeat tempo and confident lyrics reflected the period. Exuberant, no holds barred fun. People were caught up in the music, which provided excited escape from a daily life. Intense competition. The music scene was competitive with P Square being dominant force. The release of Person was a testament to their popularity. Their concerts were often massive events and attracted huge crowds and generated immense excitement. So you see when they're squabbling, you know what I mean? It's like we need them to stop. Do you know what I mean? Stop, like, because we seen you like dominate the scene, and now you wanna like, come on, come on, come on. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Where was you when personally came out? How old was you? What impact did it have on your life or in your career? Let me know in the comments below. Let's get into number 33. All right, give me a second. All right, so as you can see, number 33 is Mad Over You by Runtown. You see, this is why I had to redo this list, yeah, because the original one I was doing, Runtown wasn't in there, and I was looking at the thing thinking, this list must be wild, weird, or strange if Runtown's not even part of this. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. But anyway, we move. So when Runtown's Mad Over You was released in late 2016, Nigeria was experiencing the growing popularity of Afrobeats internationally, with artists like Wizkid, Burna Boy, and Davido beginning to dominate the global music scene. Simultaneously, Runtown was involved in a public legal battle with his former label, Eric Mane Entertainment. Okay. Over contractual disputes that followed the song's immense success. Really? I didn't even know this. Anyway, this video explains the meaning behind the lyrics of Mad Over You. Okay, we won't even get into that because, like I said, copyright situations. This is why we're doing a deep dive this way, because it allows me to navigate and jump over the barriers of copyright. You know what I mean? So if I was to do that, listen, who knows? You know what I mean? We've got to be really, really vigilant and really careful. All right, so boom, yeah, music industry. The Nigerian music scene was rapidly expanding and gaining international recognition. Runtown's Mad Over You was a huge part of this becoming continental hit, charting globally, but at the same time, other artists like Wizkid, Davido, and Burna Boy were also rising to prominence. So Runtown's legal issues. At the time, the song released Runtown was the midst of major legal dispute with former record label Eric Mane Entertainments. The conflict began over contract dispute that escalated after the song's success, with Runtown alleging he was not being paid his royalties. You see, you always find, I've noticed this with many artists, yeah, even from different countries, they notice their contract situation when they realize they're having success with their songs. I'm thinking, hang on. It's like, let me see if I can get. It's like they look at their contract and be like, wait, the math ain't mathing. Like, what's going on? Get me? And obviously, you gotta remember, if you get entertainment lawyer involved, they could check out that contract and be like, there's something wrong with that contract. Do you know what I mean? And this is the thing. Sometimes artists sign contracts where they think, do you know what I mean? You never know where, I don't know how to explain it. It's like you sign it in a moment where you think they're going to be doing good for you. That's the whole point. Artists don't go in there thinking that they're going to get hard done by. They go in there with a mindset of they're going to be a success and the label's going to help them. It's never from a point of view of anything else other than that. Do you know what I mean? But record labels are basically banks, right? But they're banks. We'll get to another day because I remember there's something I feel like I can react to it. I will see if I can, and then just stay tuned for that. But anyway, so where was we? So, Mad Over You became a massive hit across Africa and beyond, showcasing the growing influence of Afrobeats. The song's success amplified the legal battle between Runtown and the label he was on. I'm not going to say his label because that doesn't make no sense, and making the public aware of the troubles behind the scenes. Okay, we won't get into that. So now it makes sense to why Runtown's put it this way, why he's not as prominent the way that he should be. Put it this way, we're burnt. Look at this way, yeah. I'll be real with you, and I don't want to make comparisons. You see how we are always comparing Wizkid and Davido. We would be comparing Runtown and Burna Boy, Runtown and Burna Boy. Do you know what I mean? That's how it would go. But fortunately for Burna Boy, he had his own label, and he partnered with Warner. Do you know what I mean? So he went the smart. No, I don't want to say. I don't want to disrespect Runtown and say he wasn't smart on what he was doing, because like I said, when you're in the moment, you always go with the intention of that label is going to do me right. You never go with the intention thinking they're going to do you wrong. You never do it. And it's mad how many experiences that artists go through when it comes to record labels. It's mad. I don't know why record labels do that in the first place. It's like, isn't the whole point for you to help the artist grow and make money? And everyone wins. Everyone wins, but everyone's doing right. What's wrong? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, let's get into number 32, which is, I know I'm going to butcher this name. Hold on, by the Mavens. Yeah, let's talk about to cancel my other stream. Give me a second. I wanna all right. I'm gonna see if I can do the multitask here. I'm gonna see if I can multitask. Because I've got to cancel my stream on my other on my other channel. Which is mad when I think about it. Never thought I had to do that. Anyway, so number 32 is The Mavens with the Roberti. Was released in 2014. Wow, 10 years ago. And like I told you, Don Jazzy is part of most songs. He's the Don of Afrobeats, all right? He is the Don of Afrobeats. I'm gonna repeat it one more time. He's the Don of Afrobeats. Get me? Anyway, let's get into it so we can find out eventually who is the real royal of Afrobeats. So far, it's looking like it's Don Jazzy. You know what I'm saying? It's looking like it's Don Jazzy, not gonna lie still. But is it? Leave your answer in the comments below. Who do you believe it is? Anyway, when Dora Battery was released in 2014, the Nigerian music scene was electrified by the hit Dora Battery, which was an instant success for the Maven Records and become a cultural phenomenon. The term Dora became a popular prefix, and the song's impact was significant enough for the corporations to tailor the messaging around it. While the song was popular, the release also sparked mixed reviews and criticism regarding the production and video, with Don Jazzy acknowledged and said would help him improve future projects, according to allafrica.com and Leadership 16 on the 16th of August 2014. All right, bear with me as I try and do this here. I try to I try to do this. How do I delay my live screen schedule for today? Give me a second. For today, let me see, tomorrow. On H2. All right, let's see what that says. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Get me? All right, so because I'm telling you, the next live stream I'm supposed to do after this is literally in 5 minutes, in 4 minutes. It's not going to be possible. You know what I mean? I'd rather get this one out of the way first, and I don't want to. I don't want to do what I did yesterday, where I was doing it late in the night. No, 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 no. We ain't doing that again. Um, and I had work the next morning. No, 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 no. I'm not doing that again. But I don't have work the next morning tomorrow. But I still want to have 8 hours sleep. All right. So anyway, musical landscape. Dora Butcher was a major hit. The song became a national hit and broke charts with the influence extending to corporate advertising, according to HD syndication. Cultural impact. The song was so popular that the prefix Dora was used to denote anything significant or extra becoming part of Nigerian slang. Don Jazzy is the Don of Afrobeats. There, I said it. Um, Maven Records and its artists rebranding the song was the key to rebranding Maven Records, which had been founded in 2012 after the closure of Mo Hit Records. Star-studded collaborations, right? The track featured collaborations of the label's prominent artists at the time. They are Don Jazzy, Tiwa Savage, Dr. Sid, D Prince, and a newer signees, Ricardo Banks and Correde Bello. I believe is that wrong? Okay, and Deja or Deja. Did I pronounce that wrong? Let me know in the comments below. Where's Ricardo Banks these days? Get me. Where did he go to? Where is he? Get me. Anyway, reception and criticism, mixed reviews. The song received a range of reactions from music critics from the public. Positive reception. Some critics praised the song for fun and artistic quality, with one describing it as mid-tempo, feel-good song, and another noting Don Jazzy's revitalization ash of novelty, according to. And anyway, doesn't matter about that one. Criticism from other reviewers, fans criticized aspect of the song production and its accompanying video, with some feeling it was below the usual Maven standard, according to allafrica.com. But here's the thing: Maven standard. What is Maven standard? When you consider the timeline, like Maven Records was what 2 years old at that time, if that. You're telling me there was a standard. Maybe you're comparing the standard to Mohits, and you can't be doing that. They're two different. They're two different labels. They're two different eras. It's like comparing Rockefeller Record with Rock Nation. You can't do that. Yeah, they have similar names, but they're two different situations. And I say that because Jay-Z had Rockefeller Records with Dame Dash and Kareem Big Bucks, but Jay-Z also has Rock Nation. Do you know what I mean? With I forgot who it is, but Kareem Big Buck, it plays a role at some capacity, but I don't know what role. Um, See, look at this. I'm trying to find my thing, but every time I use this thing, it look at me. Doesn't even go to it properly. Anyway, but yeah, that is that one and that one. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the next one. Give me a few seconds. So we're gonna go to the next one, number 32. So 31. Like I said, you're not gonna believe this one. You're not gonna believe this one. Hold on. Yeah, you're not gonna believe this one. Guess who it is? Guess who it is? It's Rush by Iris Star. Who is Iris Star on? What label has she been signed to? Maven Records, right? Don Jazzy once again. Don Jazzy once again. Major, huh? But anyway, let me just quickly do this real quick. Give me a second. Just give me like 1 minute. I need to reschedule my live stream for my other channel real quick. Just a few more seconds. All right, let's go. All right, so boom. All right, so Ira Star was at number 31 with Arash. Um, like I said, she's part of Maven Records. So look at that. Don Jazzy is the Don of Afrobeats. There's nothing you can tell me any difference. All right, he really is the Don of Afrobeats. So basically, when Ira Star's song Rush was released in 2022, it was a time of a significant success for the artist as the track quickly became a massive hit in Nigeria, topping a turntable top 100 charts, gaining international recognition, and the song's success was part of a larger wave of Afrobeats rising in global and popularity, positioning Ira Star as a prominent figure in the genre. All right, I look at that now, and I was talking about Rock Nation. I didn't even realize the next person next was Ira Star. Do you know what I mean? And it's funny, like I said, when I did my original one of this, Ira Star's Rush wasn't there. I promise you wasn't there. That's why some sources you can't trust other than the actual source. Do you know what I mean? Anyway. But anyway, let's keep it moving real quick. So basically, long story short, the music industry context, the release took place as Afrobeats was gaining significant international traction. Domestic success, Rush quickly became top performing song in Nigeria, dominating the local charts. International acclaim, the song's success was not limited to Nigeria as it charted in various countries like Canada, Belgium, and France. And the momentum for Ira Star, the track was a culmination of a period momentum for Ira Star, who described it as reflecting her feeling as a long-held goals of finally materializing digital impact. The song's success was further amplified by its digital reach, achieving over 300 million views on YouTube, solidifying Ira Star's status as a major artist that has now put her in a position where she is under Rock Nation label, not label, Rock Nation management. She's still signed to Maven Records, but her management is Rock Nation. You understand? So that's a good look for her and her career. You can only respect that. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's get to number 30. Number 30 is um Pioneer by Burna Boy and Zlatan. I had to say it in a different way because you know what I mean, you gotta be careful with the words I say. Like I said, I ain't trying to lose this channel. Get me? I already had an S this on in January, and you're telling me yesterday I get a flipping a warning. No. I ain't taking no chances. No chances. Not when it comes to music, because both situations happen because of music. Because of music. Try. Anyway, let's get to number 30, which is let me just put Burna Boy. Give me a second. I need to also do something on this phone. What the hell did I just see? Anyway. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Sorry. All right. So at number 30 is with Dem Pioneer. With Dem was released by was released. It was a period continued in political social issues. Nigeria, similar to Burna Boy, describes an ongoing problem since the 1960s. The song was released in around 2018, a time when the country was grappling a difficult was grappling with the political corruption, violence, uh, and societal challenges and context that makes it difficult to separate the song from these issues. Despite the political sounding themes, Burna Boy himself has remained elusive about whether the song is a direct political statement. And listen, if I reserve what I'm about to say in a minute. Political and social context, Nigeria continued to face persistent challenges such as political corruption and violence issues. Burna Boy notes have been ongoing since 1960s. Ambiguous song interpretation. The song was perceived by some political polemic about Nigerian politics, but Burna Boy deliberately kept its meaning open to interpretation rather than providing clear political message. Burna Boy's cautious approach. While the song lyrics are provocative, Burna Boy has stated that he must be careful about how he addresses sensitive topics in his music. A sentiment is linked on ongoing political situation in the country. So I say that to say this. When, for example, when Buju Banton, when Buju Banton was saying in that interview on Drink Champ, oh, Afrobeats is good, but I don't talk about political issues. Well, what do you know? When you do talk about political issues, what happens? You got to be very, very careful. Wasn't the song by Timaya also in this Afrobeats list as well? One of the greatest Afrobeat songs. Send this to Buju Banton, because I'm pretty sure he must see that. He must come on, man, get out of it with that. Get me? I don't even want to talk about Twitter, but get me? So what? Afrobeat should be all about political issues and talking about what's going on in, you know what I mean? Let's be honest, most artists are gonna be singing and rapping about whatever they feel is true to them. It doesn't always have to be political issues, and even when it is political issues, some people don't want to hear that. Do you know what I mean? Look, let's keep it all at 100. Who wants to hear about political issues that you're already seeing, that you're already facing? Oh, you're telling me the economy's bad. Oh, I already know that. Bad governance. Oh, I already know that. And so, do you know what I mean? It's different if it's a situation where you have to highlight a situation because you're already seeing it on a different. It's got to the level where now something really has to be said for a change to be made. But other than that, even when you do say something, is a change really going to happen? No. You know why I know this? Because Nigeria is where it is because of certain situations. And I won't even talk too tough on that. It's not just Nigeria. There's many other African and Caribbean countries. That's what I'm going to say on that. Don't ever get that. That's what I'm going to say on it now in regards to this. And it's funny. I've got the TV on a certain situation in US, drags in the Caribbean. Yeah, man. That says a lot right there. I won't say too much no more on that. You know what I mean? Let me be careful the words I want to say. I ain't trying to get the channel bland or shadow banned or anything like that. I just want to have fun. Yeah? You want to have fun. Let's continue. Hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications. Get me. Let's go. All right, so at number 29. Oh, look at that. We have someone else from a different country. You want to know who it is? Sad girls love money. Hold on. By I didn't even mention who else it was. That song was with. It's with Kid. It was also with Latan as well. Just to let you know as well. Anyway, this one is Amory. Input. Oh, they even see. No, we don't want. in this context, we want what's happening in give me in this context, we want to know what's happening in Ghana. All right. So anyway, let's keep it moving. When Sad Girls Love Money by Amari and Molai was released, both the Nigerian and Ghanaian music scenes were experiencing a boom in the new RT and Afrobeats artists, which with many acts crossing borders um, to find audiences. However, the release um, to be the release also became a subject of public dispute between Anne-Marie and Mwele on March 6, 2022, when Mwele publicly claimed that she hadn't seen any proceeds from the song. Another runtown situation. Nigerian Ghanaian music scene, rise of Alte and Afrobeats. Both countries are seeing the rise of new wave of artists like Anne-Marie and Modai, who were both who blended genres like R&B, pop, and Afrobeats. The scene was also heavily supported by the younger and progressive audience. Artists are increasingly collaborating and performing across borders with Ghanaian artists like Anne-Marie finding support in Nigeria and vice versa. Sad Girls Love Money dispute. On Ghana's Independence Day, Moyle publicly stated on Twitter that she had not received proceeds from the song. I'm not going to be funny. If you didn't receive proceeds from the song, that's basically going to be down to the structure and how. I don't know. Like, this is what's so mad about. This is what's so mad, yeah? What was the contract situation? Who you signed to? You know what I mean? Like, it's a mad one. I don't even have to explain it. It's a mad one. Anyway, I hope the situation has been resolved by now, because these things shouldn't be happening. Let's be wrong. Anne-Marie and Moyle shared the differing perspectives on the situation, including comments of visibility and promotional materials of publishing rights, that part, resolution efforts. Both artists expressed desire to resolve the dispute privately, and I hope they resolved it. The original version of the song released in 2020, but the remix featuring Kali Uchis, released in September 2021, propelled the track for global viral fame. Eventually, charting internationally, became a major international hit. Oh, you know what I mean? But let's get to the next one, which is Peru. Peru. See, but the original I did, this was not on there. This was not on there. Anyway, let's keep moving. Even this song went on there. Hold on, when Peru by Fireboy. Because I know one thing from my. All right, so Peru was is not number 28, and this was released in 2021, by the way. All right, so when Fireboy DML Peru was released in July 2001, Nigeria was still grappling with the lingering effects of pandemic, including ongoing public health concerns and economic challenges. On a cultural front, the music scene was booming, with the Afrobeats and artists like Fireboy DML gaining significant domestic and international attention. The song Peru itself was an instant hit in Nigeria, topping charts and foreshadowing Fireboy's subsequent rise to global stardom, which was cemented by a later remix with Ed Sheeran in the late 2021. Like, when this is the thing about collaborations. Yeah, I was seeing it often. I was seeing it. I think this is what sparked the collaboration with Remo with Calm Down as well. Because Ed Sheeran had success with and the thing is, Ed Sheeran personally, I don't feel like he needed to jump in a remix, like, because Ed Sheeran. But for Selena Gomez, I think she needed that. Was it Selena or Gomez? I can't remember who it was. I just feel like it wasn't necessary, but do you know what I mean? And even in this situation, I don't think that the remix was necessary either. But it just goes to show you, no matter what, you can't stop the phenomenon that is Afrobeats. Do you know what I mean? You can do different versions and mix it and melt it with different, but Afrobeats are going to be Afrobeats. Do you know what I mean? It's here to stay. It's never going away. All right, so Afrobeats growth. Peru was released at the time when Afrobeats was experiencing a major surge in popularity in both Nigeria and abroad. Um, Fired by success, the song was an immediate success, domestically hitting the top of the Nigerian charts shortly after its release and becoming one of the year's biggest songs. Remixing international fame, the song's success led to a later remix of Ed Sheeran that propelled it to new heights, including international chart success in 2022, which is why I say that was a good thing. But with Rema, he was already hitting charts in different countries without, do you see what I'm trying to say? It wasn't necessary, but it still was a necessary, I don't want to say necessary evil, but a necessary evil. No, I don't want to say that word, God forbid. But anyway, let's keep it moving. A necessary good. You know what I mean? Where was I? So anyway, societal and economic context. Like many places, Nigeria is navigating the public health and economic impacts of the pandemic, including ongoing public health concerns and economic challenges. The country was in a period of recovery from the economic downturn caused by the pandemic. Nigeria continued to face political and social challenges with ongoing discussions about security, governance, and social issues. Overall, dominant themes, the period around the release of Peru was at a time of cultural flourishing of Nigerian music politically, particularly for Afrobeats, even as the country was dealing with economic and social effects of pandemic. Contrasting reality, the release of Peru highlighted the realities of life in Nigeria during a time, on one hand, immense creative energy and success of artists like Fireboy, and on the other hand, ongoing struggles with the pandemic and the economic fallout. But yeah, man, let me know what your thoughts are. Where was you at the time when Peru came out? Do you know what I mean? So much so when this song came out, I thought this guy was from Peru. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I knew he was from Nigeria, clearly. But I tell you one thing much. When I was there's one place where I was working, and like on the radio, it was played every 10, 15 minutes, or at least once every hour. Do you know what I mean? I promise you that's what it felt like. I promise you that's what it felt like. It was being released, it was being played at least once every hour. And that was on a major commercial radio station. So imagine that. Anyway, hold on. But yeah, let's get into the next one. Hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications. Listen, we're doing a deep dive and we're gonna find out who is we're gonna find out a few things, all right? We're gonna find out who is the real royalty of Afrobeats. Yeah. Um Give me a second. All right, so at number 27. Am I on the right? Okay, yeah. It's Escobar by One Day Call. Excuse me. All right, so let's go hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification. More content is on the way. Don't ever get that twisted now. I've got to charge this as well because I need this. I do and I don't. Actually, let's see if I can do this before the batteries on my phones. All right, let's go. When Escobar by One Day Call was released in Nigeria's experience of a vibrant and glowing Afrobeats music scene with Don Jazzy's more hits at the forefront, which One Day Call was part of at the time. How many times am I going to say it? How many times am I going to say it? Don Jazzy is the Don of Afrobeats. Could he be the true royalty of Afrobeats? Let me know in the comments below. But in any sense, I need you to put yourself in a position if you are on social media, just tag Don Jazzy and say thank you. Just thank him. Just thank Don Jazzy, all right? You enjoy Afrobeats today the way it is because of that Don Jazzy. Get? Yeah, we're gonna rate certain artists and all that stuff there, but sometimes you just gotta give credit where credit's due. All right, so all right, this was released back in 2016, by the way. Where was I? 2016. Anyway, the song was coincided with the period of economic growth with a technological advancements, though it would be necessary to look up the exact year the song released to have more complete pictures of the event. Was it 2016? Let me do it this way. There you go. But then it takes away the context of the song, which makes no sense to me. So where was I? The music scene. Nigerian Afrobeats music was booming, largely driven by the success of Mo hits, which featured artists like one they called the Barnes, Don Jazzy himself. Technological advancement. Nigeria has seen a rapid growth in the tech sector with the rise of the internet usage and social media platforms like Maven League, created by Don Jazzy. Wow, I didn't know he did that. I need to be part of that. The major leagues. Sorry, Maven. Oh, Marvin League or Maven Leagues. Maven League might sound more better, but anyway. Um, where was I? Nigeria was a stable country during this period. Are you sure? And political tension were minimal. Are you sure? However, the country's social economic policies were constantly evolving. The information on the above, okay, doesn't matter. We're gonna keep it moving. That's at number 27. Number 26 is Skin Tight by Mr. Easy and File. I think it'd be easier. No, hang on. Oh, you know what's happened? I put this twice, so I'm not gonna get the right results. Hang on. Where's Mr. Easy from? Actually, I swear he's Ghanaian. Oh, he's Nigerian. Okay, Ghana. All right, there you go. Just do it both. All right, so when Skin Tight was released in August 2015, Mr. Easy was navigating a difficult transition after leaving the mining business and returning to Nigeria, where he was focused on entrepreneurial ventures while gaining recognition for his music. In Ghana, the music scene was evolving with the continued influence of the genres like hip life and the release of marked Mr. Easy's integration of Nigerian and Ghanaian music lifestyles. This is why I always believed he was from Ghana for some strange reason, but it makes sense now. In Nigeria, financial challenges for Mr. Easy became broke after the business dispute forced him to leave the mining industry, and now look where he is now financially. We're going to talk about that another time. Entrepreneur focus, despite being financially strapped, immediately got involved in another business venture such as marketing and a friend's e-commerce phone store. Music emergent. Skin Tight was a pivotal release that helped him become known for his unique Banku music sound, which blended influence from both Ghana and Nigeria. And in Ghana, musical landscape, the music scene was influenced by genres like hip life, which had been evolving since the 90s, cultural fusion. Mr. Easy song was already a fusion of styles using Ghanaian patois. That's the first time I've heard that in my life. And his delivery and Nigerian melodies, which was helped bridge the gap between the two countries' musical identities. Developing sound. The track was a key moment in the development of what would become known as his signature sound, one that drew heavily from his experience in both countries. And this is what I'm trying to say. I always felt like he was from Ghana. Let me know in the comments below. Where did you think he was from? I'm intrigued to know. Get to number 25. Back up. Yeah, I know I'm gonna butcher the name of it, so I'm not even gonna pronounce it. But yeah, see, look, I even butchered the spelling. So yeah, number 25 is with Wizkid with Baccaramo. Butchering it still, it's mad. But let me know what your thoughts in the comments below. Should it be at number 25? When Baccaramo by Wizkid was released, Nigeria's booming hub for new music. Excuse me. With new music, I swear that guy. I was watching something. It's like, you know, when someone looks like someone, like a proper double ganger. Nah, this is mad. I'm gonna do it on my other channel another time. I swear down, it looks like him a lot. I've never seen anything like it in my life. An artist that, not artist. Let's get back. Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. Anyway, but that's a nice plug for you to go to my other channel, Real Verse, so subscribe to that channel. You know what I mean? Let's go. Now, the Nigerian, so Nigeria's booming hub for new music, with artists like Wizkid and Davido becoming close friends and collaborators at this time. The Nigerian music scene was transitioning with the digital distribution still in its infancy, and artists like Wizkid gaining popularity through the blend of traditional Nigerian sounds and contemporary pop music, and seen as Baccaramo, which blended Fuji and Afrobeat elements. Wizkid and Davido were close friends and collaborators. Davido even funded the video for Davido funded this music video. Are you kidding me? Davido funded Wizkid's music video. That's insane to me. I didn't realize. I didn't know that. I hope they can become friends again. Because what's going on? From friends to rivals. Anyway, where was I? The release of the song was part of the burgeoning Afrobeats movement, fusing traditional sound like Fuji and pop music. Digital landscape. The digital music landscape is still developing with limited digital distribution and high levels of music piracy. Leaked singles could become popular on the street. Baccaramo was a homage to energetic sound music of the inner city, Lagos, reflecting the music Wizkid grew up with. There were no major historical events directly tied to the release of the Baccaramo in the late 2011. However, the period marked a rising music industry and growing interest in Nigerian music, both at home and internationally. Anyway, let's keep it moving. I'm do it that way. Don't want to get rid of that yet. But yeah, man. Oh, look at this. It's supposed to be on the other thing, but we move. No, we're gonna get it back on. Oh, it's gone. When all right. Oh no. That took out everything. Hold on. Oh well. That was fun. That was fun. Anyway, next is at 24 is Joanna. Joanna. How you gonna do me like drug ball? Drug ball. Oh, dear, drug ball. Drug ball. Oh, I listen. That's at number 24, which is interesting. Let me know what your thoughts are. Should it be? Oh, I'll get the same thing. Um, this is not fun. I didn't want to use the AI. Oh no, okay. Because obviously we can't tie it to Nigeria all the time. But anyway, listen. The song Drogba Joanna by Afrobeat. It was released in 2019. It was produced by Tems. Anyway, and during that time, Ivory Coast was in a period of recovery and rebuilding following the political instability and conflict that had occurred over the previous decade. The country was also experiencing significant cultural economic resurgence, partly thanks to the influence of stars like Didier Drogba. Cultural impact. Didier Drogba, the football star the song is named after, was a symbol of hope for the country's actions, such as helping to end the civil war by facilitating a peace match in Bouake in 2007, cemented his status as a national hero and a symbol of unity. Yeah. After the Second Ivorian Civil War in 2010 to 2011, the country was in a period of rebuilding and national reconciliation. In 2019 was also a time of cultural economic growth for the Ivory Coast as the country began to recover and develop its national identity. The song itself reflects a new optimism and energy in the country, as well as the cultural influence of football in Ivory Coast and the diaspora in the celebration of the Drogba's legacy and renewed sense of pride in the country, which makes it even more sense to why in the music video you can see Afrobeat wearing the Ivorian national team shirt. Like, it makes all the sense in the world now. Shout out to Afrobeat, shout out to Team Salute, get me. Like, shout them out still, man, because that tune there, it's mad when you think about, like, why was it named Drogba? This, that, you know what I mean? Like, what's it got to do with Drogba? Why you gonna do me like Drogba, Didier Drogba? And it's funny because Didier Drogba is one of my favorite strikers that ever played for Chelsea. I mean, there's Hasselbanks, there's Good Johnson. You know what I mean? Like, these are the ones I grew up. There's Zola, but is Zola really a striker though? He's more like he's a hazard type of player. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, forget football for now. Let's just focus on this situation. And bear in mind, Ivory Coast. Anyway, we could talk about football another time and the AFCON and all that stuff. I'm just thinking about the AFCON right now. Get me? And then, so yeah, that's at number 24. So at number 23, who's at number 23? Let's go. Hold on, let me do it this way. It's Bobo by Amadi. Now you're gonna do me like, okay? See, you see when you put the same country, you know, it don't hit the same. It don't hit the same when you put the same country. All right, so when the song Bobo by Amadi was released in May 2015, a rising dance trend was emerging in Nigeria, with an upcoming artist LT claiming the Shakati Bobo dance moves were derived from him. The song received positive reviews, and its popularity led to creation of the Shakati Bobo dance style. Dance controversy. Singer LT accused Amadi of stealing the Shakati Bobo dance move. He claimed that his own dance video released on April 22, 2015 featured the same moves. He stated that after they released the audio of his song on April 22nd, 2015, saw the Sakati Bubble dance quickly became popular after Amadi May 2nd, 2015 release. The song was well received, the positive reviews and massive airplay. The song's success resulted in a dancehall named Shakati Bubble, which became a major part of its promotion. So my question is this, LT. I heard Ninja had they made Hove. Make another Hove. Simple solution to a simple problem. But I hope that situation has been resolved. I'm not going to lie to you. Alright, I really do. But anyway, that's at number 23. And at number 22 is Last by Burna Boy. And that's another song that where I was working at one point, even one of my colleagues at that time, yeah, they were singing that. And they're from Jamaica, by the way. They're from Jamaican heritage. You know what I mean? So when you see things like that, right, I promise you, it's like, you know, you've made a major hit when someone is like trying to emulate the lyrics in a similar cadence. But yeah, man, let's keep it moving. All right, so when Burna Boy Last was released the song's title and release date are inaccurate. Is it? It was released in 2022. Hold on. We didn't even put the thing there. Hold on. There you go. Why it came up with that. All right, so in Nigeria during the early 2022, when Last was released, the country was grappling on an ongoing issue like the inflation, insecurity, political uncertainty leading up to the 2023 election. Burna Boy's song reflected a common sentiment of the heartbreak using alcohol and marijuana to cope with personal struggles and stress. He was also recovering from a car crash in Lekki around the same time, a personal event that was referenced in the song. Social political context. As the 2023 general election approached, there was a heightened political tension and uncertainty. Nigeria's continued to face widespread insecurity, including banditry in the north and other forms of violence across the country. The nation was dealing with economic challenges, particularly rising inflation. As for Burna Boy, the song was inspired by Burna Boy's breakup with his then girlfriend, with British rapper Stefflon Don. See, this is the thing. Is she British? Is she Dutch? Is she Jamaican? Is she a woman that is from many different regions of the world? But she's Jamaican, isn't it? So we just say she's Jamaican. You can't even say she's British. I'll be honest with you. You can't place her in that hold because you know what I mean. She partly grew up in the Netherlands. She partly grew up in. Did she partly grow up in Jamaica? I can't remember. But either way, anyway. Car accident. In February 2022, Burna Boy had a car accident in Lekki, which was referenced in the song and compounded his stress at the time. The song lyrics reflected the coping mechanism of using alcohol and marijuana to deal with a heartbreak and stress. So that's what happened. All right. And that's a quick deep dive into this. But let's continue the quick deep dive into this one. Give me a second. I want to see something real quick. Perfect. I'm just seeing something that makes so much sense to me, and I'm grateful for it. You understand? I'm grateful for it. All right, so all right, give me a second. So basically, now number 20, where was it? Number 22 or now 21 now? 21 is, give me a second. Number 23 is, oh wow, I'm actually, no. Eminado. So, Don Jazzy there at number 22. Sorry, 21. Tiwa Savage and Don Jazzy with Eminado. This is just amazing to me. All right, so in 2013, when Tiwa Savage released Eminado, Nigeria was experiencing a vibrant Afrobeats music scene with new albums from artists like Wizkid and One Day Cole. The period was also marked by controversy with the music industry as One Day Cole left Maven Records amid public dispute with Don Jazzy over an intellectual property. The music video for Eminado itself faced a copyright infringement lawsuit after its release in November 2013 with accusation that the video concept was lifted from another work. The Nigerian music industry was flourishing with several major artists releasing new projects. Wizkid's second album scheduled for release on June 12, 2013. Tiwa Savage released her debut album Once Upon a Time in June 2013. One Day Cole was also set to release an album and a joint mixtape with Wizkid around this time. A significant controversy involved One Day Cole and Maven Records. The feud erupted after One Day Cole released a single, Babyface, which Don Jazzy accused him of intellectual property theft for. The situation escalated on Twitter, as it usually does, with both artists posting their perspectives and links to different versions of the song. Maven Records officially announced One Day Cole's departure shortly after the public dispute. Naturally, that's supposed to happen. You can't be putting the organization into this dispute in a public forum and expect to stay. Nah, you're gone. Relax yourself. It's good if you release the new music and it's a PR, you can use it as a PR rollout. But other than that, if there's no way to do that, you gotta go. You got to go. No disrespect to One Day Cole, but it is what it is. All right. Anyway, so Eminado video controversy. After the song was released, its music video generated its own controversy. The music video was released in 2013 and was directed by Clarence Peters. A copyright infringement lawsuit was filed against Peters shortly after, with allegations that the video stole its concept from a vintage style of a cinematic video. Listen, controversies happen, all right? But do you agree with it being at number 21? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, next we have this. We're gonna write it down first before I even get into it. Before I type, we have Father by Fino, and that was released in 2000 and where was it? 2016. All right, so this is at number 20. Like I said, we're doing a deep dive. Get me, I'm gonna be trying to be as quick as possible. In 2016, Nigeria's experienced a thriving music scene with hip hop artist Fino releasing his hit song Father Father featuring Amadi. He's there again, Amadi, which became the hottest track of the year. Excuse me. Won Song of the Year at the headies musically. The country was seeing huge success in hip hop with artists like Fino and Amadi dominating the airwaves. The song itself was philosophically themed, touching the gratitude, betrayal, and material success. Fino's Father Father or Fado Fado was a standout track of the year, winning Song of the Year with the Heady Awards. The song produced by Mastercraft, they got bangers, bro. Mastercraft Productions was known for the rhythmic and philosophical content, and with Fino expressing gratitude for his success and warning listeners about fair weather friends and notes business NG. The track was a massive hit, and Fino's success at Father Father making him a major force in the Nigerian music industry at the time. He also agreed that he also needs a joint album with Flavor. I know that's random, but it's not. Oh yeah, by the way, feature Lamedy, but we already mentioned that. Now we got another Ghanaian in there. I don't know. Right, so Cody. If that's the song I'm thinking of, it definitely makes sense. Where was it? Just released in 2014. It's not my bad. All right, so in 2000, so this one is at number 19. Adonai by Sarkodie and Castro. Get me. In 2014, when Sarkodie and Castro released their song Adonai, a major event in Ghana was the disappearance of Castro. Was that 2014? But they got another song. Or am I thinking about Castro and Baby Jet, aka Asimo Jan? Remember they had a tune. I forgot the name of the track. That's a banger, like a 30 banger, bro. 30 banger. I can't remember the name of it though. Anyway, let's keep it moving. In 2000, okay, so and a companion on July 6, 2014, after a jet ski accident and other at the Adewale, the tragic event overshadowed the song's release as the duo was highly popular musician in the country. Castro's absence was fought through the music industry. So how did it manage to be on this list? That's what I want to know. If that event, that tragic event, overshadowed the song, the release of the song, how is this on this list? It's just a question. Are you doing it out of sympathy, or do you know what I mean? Because why? And I'm just saying it respectfully. Why? So the musician Castro and a female companion, Janet Bandu, was missing during a holiday with friends and are presumed to have drowned following the jet ski incident on the Volta River. While the Adonai was released in 2014, oh, that's why. Hang on. While Adonai was released in 2014, the Castro disappearance a month later cast a tragic shadow over the song, which has since become one of Sarkodie's most successful and viewed videos. Due to Ghana's law, Castro could not be declared legally banned until 7 years after the disappearance, which would be in 2021. Damn. That's mad. I remember when that happened, yeah, and I was still confused, like, how, like, how? How? Life is, yo, take it easy with life, man. Take it easy, man. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Because now that's made me feel a bit sad. I can't even lie to you. Like, you can hear my tone of voice. I feel genuinely sad. I feel genuinely sad. But I still, like, to me personally, I do want to know, like, why is it on there if you know the song was overshadowed because of the incident? You know what I mean? Like, Castro is on another song that could be on this list. Personally, that's what I believe. Anyway, next is number 18 with Fuse, and it's Tiffany Ozonto. Get me. Listen, we know it's gonna come up. When was that released? But anyway, so in 2013, Ghana was experiencing a cultural explosion centered around Ozondo. Ozondo dance in the music genre was becoming a global phenomenon with the release of Fuse ODG's hit song. The country was hotbed for Afrobeats music and dance, with the Ozondo dance noted in traditional Ga movements and being central to the surge of cultural expression and international attention. Ozonto was taken the world by storm, partly because of the fuse of ODG's UK influence take on the music and dance. And this is where, in the UK at this time, it was Afro swing. It wasn't even Afrobeats at the time. It was Afro swing. This was so mad. But there's a difference between Afro swing and Afrobeats. We'll get into that another time. The popularity of Azonto was widespread, with people from countries like Kenya and the United States sending videos of themselves doing the dance. The international attention culminated in Fuse ODG headlining shows in Ghana for thousands of people. The success of Azonto and other songs by artists like Fuse ODG, established hip life pioneers, was a sign of booming Afrobeats and hip life music scene. The Azonto dance itself was a vibrant reflection of Ghanaian culture and its roots, traditional Ga dances with coastal communities like Jamestown and Tempoe. While born in London, give me South London and that, if you know, you know. Fuse OTG was a key figure in connecting the Ghanaian diaspora in the global music scene. In 2013, debut single Antenna was also hugely successful, paving the way for Azonto and solidifying his role as a major player in the Afrobeats. See what I'm saying? And this is what I'm trying to say. With Fuse, yeah, he doesn't get the credit he deserves, because if you think about it, other than we know Sarkodie is more Sarkodie is really a rapper, right? But other than him and RTBs, what other Ghanaian artists are you really, really familiar with on a global scale? Leave your answer in the comments below, because I would like to know. So it makes sense to why he's on this list at number 16. Sorry, I beg your pardon, at number 18. Get me. Maybe that's time for me to get to number 17, then get to number 16, because yeah, there's a lot we're doing right now. So one day calls on there again. Again. We're bumper to bumper. And this is what I'm trying to say. In 2008, this is when I heard bumper to bumper. It was in 2008 or 2009. So come on, man. What we saying? What are we honestly saying here? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get straight into it so we can breeze through this real quick. So at number 17, One Day Call with Bumper to Bumper. In 2008, One Day Call released Bumper to Bumper. Nigeria was experiencing a significant growth in the music industry, particularly in the Afrobeats genre. Excuse me. Alongside a worsening global financial crisis that had begun to impact the Nigerian banking sector. Damn. The release coincided with a surge of talent, with Nigerian music scene artists like One Day Cole gaining popularity and contributing to the flourishing industry. The music industry boom in 2008, a pivotal year of Nigerian music, with the release of Bumper to Bumper being a major event. One Day Cole signed to Don Jazzy's Maven Records, then known as Mo Hit Records. No, don't do that. Don't do that. They're two separate labels. He was signed to Mo Hit Records and was the forefront of this movement, which cemented the rise of Afrobeat as a major genre. At the time, the global financial crisis, which started in 2008, began to affect Nigeria's economy, particularly its banking sector. This economic instability will continue to grow the following year, becoming a major concern for the country. Tell me when it's not been a major concern for the country. You know what I mean? But we'll leave that for another day, for another subject. That's all I can say on that for now. All right. But anyway, let's get to number 16, which is Johnny by Yemi Holiday. which was released in 2013. Wow, that long ago. But yeah, this is at number 16. Sorry, see, look, I am jumping ahead. This is number 15. This is number 15, but we're here anyway, so we're gonna read it anyway. All right, so at number 15 is Johnny by Yemi Holiday. In 2013, Nigeria's experiencing the music industry, experience in a growing music industry, and Yemi Holiday released her breakthrough single Johnny on October 14, 2013. The single preceded her debut album King of Queens, which was released the following year. At the time, Yemi Holiday had already established herself as winning the Peak Talent Show in 2009. But Johnny marked her major breakout hit, leading to widespread recognition both in Nigeria and internationally. Johnny was released ahead of her debut album King of Queens, which came out a year later in 2014. The song propelled Yemi Holiday to wider fame, making it a breakout hit after she had previously won the Peak Talent Show in 2009, released after other songs released other songs. The period was a time of significant growth of the music industry in that. Oh, see, look at this, yeah. Okay, no, it is. Um, the period of second time. Come on to what? The period was a time of significant growth of the music industry in Nigeria, with artists like Yemi Hunter gaining international attention for work. All right, so listen, I'm looking at the time and I've got a bare things in mind. All right, so I want to be done by a certain time. Not gonna lie to you still. All right, so one thing that I missed out that was number 16 was the Bunch. Hold on, what's the name of the song again? Fall in love. You're gonna make me fall in love. Fall in love. Hey, listen, you're gonna make me fall in love. Hey, listen. The Bunch has got stacks of bangers. You don't understand. You need to understand the Bunch is that guy. Hold on, it didn't come out that day, that year. It came out in 2008. All right. All right. So in 2008, when the Bond Fall in Love was released, Nigeria was grappling with a significant political, social issue, including aftermath of the 2007 general election and ethnic conflict, most notably the violent just riots, and occurred in November 2008. The Nigerian entertainment industry, however, was experiencing a boom, with the Bond himself being a major player in the growth through his Cocoa brand. Um, Cocoa Master, and that political social climate aftermath. The 2007 elections, the 2008 period was marked by lingering tensions from this continuous 2007 general election. In November 2008, the clashes between the Christians and Muslims in the city of Jos resulted in significant loss of life, hundreds of injuries. The early, I don't know, the early though less publicized formation of the group Boko Haram was occurred around the time foreshadowing future conflicts. Again, I want to be careful with the words I'm saying here as well, because they want to associate with that when it might not necessarily be that. It's things that, you know what I mean. There's when I say there's things that happen for a reason, let's say that. Yeah, I mean, nothing's not there for no reason. When you see a pattern, when I see a pattern, I see a pattern. You know what I mean? I see a pattern. But let's continue with this. Entertainment and cultural scene. The Bond the release of Fall in Love solidified the Bond's status as a superstar, building the success of the earlier hits like Tongolo and Oh My. Yo, that tune was a banger. And Why Me? His music was a major part of the vibrant Afrobeats music scene that was gaining international recognition. The Cocoa brand, the Bond was building a massive brand around the music and persona, which he included fashion endorsements and even the reality show, The Cocoa Mansion. Oi, The Cocoa Mansion. I listen. If I could react to that, I promise you I would. All right. Anyway, the Nigerian film industry noted would continue to grow in 2008, with the new movies and actors emerging, reaching audiences both within Nigeria and the diaspora. And speaking of that, Genevieve was also in the music video for Fall in Love. Yeah, me. So Next, at number 14, I know we jumped a bit, but you know what I mean. That's because this is a very long stream. To be fair with you, all right. To be fair, but number 14 is Davido by Davido, and that was released in 2011. So, all right, maybe this is a quick read. It is. Thank you very much. In 2011, Nigeria was experiencing a mix of rising music scenes with scenes and significant and social unrest, and as exemplified by the release of Davido's Damiduro in October, the period saw the rise of popular artists like Davido and Wizkid, while the country was also witnessing the aftermath of the government removal of fuel subsidies in January 2012. Um, it sparked a widespread Occupy Nigeria protest. The music scene was thriving, with the release of Davido making a pivotal moment for Davido, who then was an up and coming artist. His first official single, Back When, was released in May 2011, and success of Davido helped solidify his position in the industry. The video of Davido also featured cameos and other rising stars like Wizkid. I didn't even clock that when I was reacting to it at first. Unfortunately, it's not up because that was one of the videos what I believe that led to my channel getting a warning at that time. You know what I mean? And if you're watching this in the future, like 90 days later in 3 months, then boom, it's no longer there. The warning's never there. That's cool. Anyway, so social economic, where was I? All right. The video of Davido also featured cameos from rising star Wizkid, highlighting a new wave of talent in Nigerian music. The year was marked by growing public discontent over economic issues, particularly like the government's removal of fuel subsidies. This discontent will later explode into the massive Occupy Nigeria protest in January 2012, which were a direct reaction of economic hardship and followed the subsidiary removal. The release of Damidiro happened during a time of increasing social political tension in Nigeria, contrast the song's theme of ambition and materialism. Some see connection between the song's release and the subsequent protests. As it released in early 2012, the protest brought a moment of musical escapism to many Nigerians. That's the one thing about music. Music can help you have that level of escapism. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's move on to number 13. Um, let's go to number 13. That's number 13. Let's go. Which is Allow Me to Kiss Your Hand. I listen. R2Bs. And that is at number 13. I listen, we're nearly there. I might be done by the time that I want to be done with this. You know what I'm saying? All right. So in 2011, when Nigeria was preparing for the upcoming general elections held in April, there was a significant. Oh, hold on. That's not right. 2009 in Nigeria and Ghana. Get me? We gotta get that right. All right. So in 2009, Ghana and Nigeria and Ghana were experiencing a booming music scene, particularly in the Afrobeats and hip life, with artists like One Day Cole releasing successful albums on Ghanaian duo RTBs. Because I remember there was a pit between RTBs and P Square. RTPs and P Square. Like, listen, bangers upon bangers. If they were to listen, like, y'all don't understand, man. Y'all don't understand. There's certain songs that or artists that when they just unlock that memory in you when you get old and you realize, hang on, these guys has pure bangers. You know what I mean? Anyway, so One Day Cole released a successful album. Ghanaian duo releasing their debut album. The release of Kizz was a result of synergy, highlighting the growing cross cultural musical collaboration, shared the musical influence between the two nations. The collaboration captured the energetic and vibrant vibe of the era's music scene in both countries. In Ghana, the musical group RTBs formed in 2007 released their debut album, Their Revolution, in 2009. The song Kiss Your Hand is a product of their collaboration with Nigerian artist One Cole, showcasing growth of Ghana's hip life genre. Nigeria. At the same time, Nigerian artist One Cole was at the peak in his career, having released his critically acclaimed album Mushin to Mo Hits, or Mushin to Mo Hits. His contribution to Kiss Your Hand was part of his tour in Ghana and highlighted the strong musical connection between the two countries. Kiss Your Hand emerged from the vibrant music scene of the time, representing the powerful cultural exchange between Nigeria and Ghana in the collaboration captured in high energy, dynamic spirit of the era's music, which was popular across the West Africa and beyond. You understand? Allow me to kiss your hand. All right. It's one day go. Anyway, number 12. Sorry. We're nearly there, people. Number 12 is Gongo Aso by Nice. This was released in 2008, to a year before. All right, so 2008, release of Nice song. Congo also convicted, coincided the growing Nigerian music scene. Nice international acclaim. The upcoming 2008 general elections in Nigeria was no major events specific. Oh my days, I made a mistake. All right, so basically, let's get into this one. So in 2008, with Nice Congo, so was released in the Nigerian music scene, was buzzing the song when it became the national anthem. At the same time, Nice won the MTV Music Awards for Best Hip Hop Artist and performed at Nelson Mandela's 90th birthday tribute in London, solidifying his status at both Nigeria and the international music industry community. The Gogo also was international, nationwide hit, the dominant airways and dance floor across the Nigeria, and a unique blend of proverbial lyrics and Ida Caspasa beat. Following the song's success, Nice released a second album, also titled Gongo Aso, which achieved widespread, that's smart, critical acclaim and was popular with both younger and older generations. The song's immense popularity led to the performance at major international events, including Nelson Mandela's 90th birthday tribute concert. Nice success in 2008 was recognized with the MTV Africa Music Award, the Best Hip Hop Artist of International Rappers. He also won a Music or Black Original Awards of Best African Act. Get me? You know, Mobile Awards. Anyway, other events. Nice married Tony Payne around the same time his career was gaining momentum. Smart guy. Get me? Welcome to the marriage gang. Shout out to all who's part of the marriage gang. It's not a gang, but you know what I'm saying. But let me be humble and be thankful to God. For real, for real. Let me just do that. Because we're gonna get into this one. Wait. So yeah. Next on the list at number 11 is Style Plus with Olofin. And when I was reacting at that time, originally I did say they are the fathers of Rough Copy. And I've seen that there's an interview with one of them members from Rough Copy. All right, so 2003, Nigeria's experienced a new era of democratic rule of blossoming music industry, which provided a fertile ground for the release of Style Plus, its hit song, Olofin. The song was a product of a group's transition to a trio after a member left and their new status as a record label. Didn't know that. Nigeria's experienced a vibrant growing music scene with pop and R&B artists like Style Plus becoming gaining prominence By 2003, Star Plus was a popular and established music group, having been renamed Style after the after the buy of co-founder Lane Fene and the addition of Zil um, Onyecheme. The group was also operating their own record label. Style Plus has helped them achieve wider success. Olofin was a hit song, becoming a major hit, considered one of the most iconic songs of the era, contributing to the group's immense popularity. Olufemi was released during the early years of Nigeria's return to civilian rule, and which contributed to the growth of the entertainment industry and a new era of artistic expressions. Okay, now it makes sense. I didn't know all this information, to be honest with you. So when I was laughing and joking, they are the fathers of rough copy. I still, it's still a joke, but you know what I mean. Now the joke doesn't bang as much. Anyway, hold on. I don't even want to put the artist. There's literally no point. Chop my money, chop my money. I don't. All right. So next is Chop My Money remix. Then that's at number 10. Exactly. I remember when I was originally reacting, I'm like, this is at least the top 10. At least the top 10. At least the top 10. Listen. Anyway, let's keep it moving. All right, so in 2012, when the song Chop My Money by P Square was released, in Nigeria was experiencing a major humanitarian crisis due to widespread flooding that caused extensive loss of lives and displacement. The song was released during a year of significant natural disaster in the country, which also saw the music industry continue to flourish with high-profile fallouts between P Square and the former label mate Mayday Make. Really? But anyway, heavy rains 2012, July 2012 had led to a catastrophic flooding across Nigeria, affecting millions of people and causing hundreds of deaths and injuries. A public dispute arose between Nigerian music group P Square and the former label mate Mayday, who accused the twins of being selfish and manipulative. Wow. Drop My Money became a major hit in Nigeria and beyond, featuring international artists, and was the subject of the aforementioned industry conflict. Wow. I didn't know this. So even though you got a massive song, you're part of a massive global hit, there's still conflict behind the scenes. This is mad. But I'm gonna say, you know what I mean? As much as Peace Girl are legends and icons and that, hey, sometimes it's like, really? Is that I get? Anyway, let's keep moving because I'm looking at time. All right, so next is Yay by Burna Boy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, listen. So that was Burna Boy is at number 9. So that's interesting to see. All right, so in 2018, Nigeria was experiencing a cultural shift when Burna Boy gained significant mainstream recognition with his song "Ye," becoming an anthem reflecting the Nigerian hustle culture and "I can't come and by myself" mentality. Excuse me. This period saw Burna Boy release a diverse album, Outside, which solidified his status as a major artist and marked his ascent to superstardom after years of being overlooked in favor of other pop star artists. Which is true. You know what I mean? It was true. You know what I mean? I think it helped with him being in a situation where um, he took the name of the song and released it around the same time when Ye changed his name to Ye. No, he didn't change his name to Ye. He released an album called Ye. So it worked. All right, so hustle culture. Ye was seen as a reflection of everyday Nigerian mentality of hustling for money and success, and often against challenging circumstances. I can't come and by myself mentality. Burna Boy explained that the song and its video also represented the Nigerian spirit of living life to the fullest despite difficulties, encapsulated by the phrase "I can't come and by myself." Um, 2018 was a breakthrough year for Burna Boy, solidifying his position as a top artist in the Nigerian music industry beyond after the release of his album Outside. Um, released Outside album released in 2018. After this album showcased Burna Boy's musical versatility. My name is Versatile, aka the Alkebulan trust name controls when it comes to all things reactions. Yeah, me hit the subscribe button and the post notifications. Yeah, me. Um, where was I? So blending the signature dancehall with other genres like Juju. Ye's song and music video, the song gained immense popularity and was dubbed by many Nigerians as a new national anthem. The music video was released later in the year, depicted opulence and high fashion, further symbolizing wealth and success in a Nigerian context. But one thing that they did not mention about the music video is the incorporation of Fela Kuti, flying the flag. There's also the I don't want to use the word graffiti, but there's like pictures of like artwork of Fela Kuti in different settings, in different color tones. Do you sound what I'm saying? So that also did help. But anyway, yeah, that's at number 9. So let's use that number 8. So we're nearly there, people. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. We're about to find out who is the true royalty of Afrobeats. Who is the true royalty? So anyway, a year before, Davido released Full. And to be fair, this is at number 8. All right. So let's keep it moving. Hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications. When I upload new content, you'll be able to watch there and then. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. All right. Let's look like this is quite a long read, but we can get through it within 5 minutes at least, if that. In 2017, Nigeria was experiencing a booming Afrobeat scene with artists like Davido and Tekno becoming major international stars. Davido released Full during a period of significant growth for Nigerian music, following the success of his 2016 hit If, which had been a massive collaboration with Tekno at the time. There was also a developing feud between Davido and fellow artist Wizkid. Um, Nigeria's music industry was a golden era for Afrobeats, with artists gaining global recognition. The partnership between Davido and Tekno was a major story, as if became a global hit and paved the way for Full. Full was an immediate hit in Nigeria across Africa, with many to believe in it to be one of the biggest songs of the year. Wizkid and Davido rivalry. There was a growing rivalry between Davido and Wizkid, with fans interpreting some of their social media posts and digs at each other. It was obvious. It was obvious, and they still do it till this day. I don't know why, but hey, we're here for it. And the fans don't help too. All right, we don't help. I'm a fan of both, so it is what it is. All right. Global reach. So Ford was the first Afrobeat song to be certified gold in the US and surpassed 100 million streams of Spotify, making a significant milestone for African music. The song gained significant radio play in the US, helping it reach a wider audience and solidifying its status on an international hit. So it makes sense to why that's at number 8. All right. Now at number 7, who's at number 7? Let's see who's at number 7. Number 7 is dun 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 dun. Get me? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. You know, if I'm humming a tune, then you already know what the song is. If you don't understand the hum, then obviously I'm humming it wrong. Yeah, but it's Oliver Twist by the Bunch. To be funny, when I first heard that song, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought it kind of a bit. Knowing the sound I've heard before from the Bunch and stuff like that, I'm thinking it's a bit corny, innit? But I still liked it. Or maybe it's because of the name of the song. But then when I realized the video had also, well, this is years later, I realized the video who was in the video. But I eventually grew to like the song. I won't even lie to you. It's not one of those ones where obviously they got a hit, but it's like there's some songs that, you know what I mean? But I don't know whether it's because the connection with collaborating with linking up in America, and then I'm thinking him watering down his sound. I think that's probably was playing in my mind at that time. I still thought it was a hit though. Don't get that twisted. You know what I mean? Don't get that twisted now. But anyway, in 2011, Nigeria was recovering from a okay, yeah, 2011, Nigeria was recovering from a 2011 presidential election that brought Goodluck Jonathan into power. At the same time, the country captivated by international validation with the Barnes song Oliver Twist, leveraged through a viral dance competition promoted by international cameos, including Kanye West, Big Sean, Sneak Bowl, Sugar Babes. Um, who else is in there? Wretch Free 2, David Vuj. Um, who else is in there? There's a few other people that's in that video still, but Vuj is that white guy that's dancing in the video. Just so you know, yeah. And Manny Fresh is in that video as well. So the band, so the release of the song, the release of the song was a strategic move by the band to rebuild the reputation after facing public backlash for his political involvement in the President Jonathan campaign. I didn't know this at the time. All right, so in 2011, oh yeah, in 2011, Nigeria was recovering from 2000 presidential election that brought Goodluck Jonathan in the power. At the same time, the country captivated international validation with the Bonds song Oliver Twist that leveraged through the viral dance competition. What was it? What is it? The song. Mm-hmm. With the Bond, was it the Bond? So in 2011, Nigeria was coming from 2011 presidential election that brought Goodluck Jonathan into power. At the same time, the country was captivated by the international validation with the Banja song Oliver Twist leveraged through a viral dance competition promoted by international cameos, including Kanye West, as I was saying, Kanye West, Manny Fresh, Big Sean, Sneak Bowl, Red Free 2, Sneak Bowl, and that white guy that's dancing in the video is what is his name? What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Vooch. Like so he was also in the video as well. So let's just keep it moving. I want to be try and be as quick as possible. Yeah, because yeah, I've got okay, I ain't got that much time on it still. I mean I've got enough time on this laptop. So the particular backlash, um so anyway, where was I? So the song release occurred. The song release occurred during the period following the 2011 presidential election, which was won by Goodluck Jonathan. The bunch had been involved in the campaign, which was controversial due to his role as a celebrity interviewer for President Jonathan. See, in America, it's a normal thing where political celebrities get involved in campaigns. So the backlash, I don't get it. But then it's still they get backlash. You know what I mean? It's mad. Like, what do you want them to do? They're human beings, bruh. They're human beings. Um. Anyway, so focused on the international appeal. So the public reacted negatively to Jaban's perceived endorsement of the president and the music face and these music face calls for boycott. Oliver Twist was released as a way to mitigate the damage and regain public favor. The release capitalized on Nigerians' fascination with foreign validation. That's interesting. A trend that was intensified by the song's marketing strategy. The bunch, along with his label Mo Hits, used international cameos like Kanye West and Big Sean in the music video to connect with the global audience. I don't think that. We, you know what it is? What happened was he was performing somewhere. He was talking about in one interview, right? And he was talking about how it ended up in a situation where they did a deal together. Well, they ended up partnering. It's not just getting them into the song, or do you know what I mean? That's not it. Do you know what I mean? Could the bunch ended up being signed to Good Music, owned by Kanye. What happened after that? Who knows? Anyway, focus on international appeal. The release capitalized on Nigeria's fast. Okay, read that. The song's success was amplified through a social media dance competition with fans uploaded videos of themselves performing the Oliver Twist dance, creating a massive viral campaign and spread across the globe. Oliver Twist was a pivotal moment for modern Afro-pop, dominating the charts and making a significant shift in the global recognition of Nigerian music, with the bunch being at the forefront of this movement. Again, one more time, Don Jazzy is the reason why Afrobeats is where it is right now. Look how many songs he has that he's involved with some way, where, you know what I mean, his name is involved. Don Jazzy, the Don of Afrobeats. So could he be the true royalty of Afrobeats? We're gonna find out. Let's get to number 6. All right. Let's get to number 6, which is, hold on. And this was released in 2000 and okay, doesn't matter. I could just put the name of the song and we know who it is. You know them ways there. All right. So love no Nwantete. I might butcher that, and I'm from the same. Well, one side of me is from the same, but it's like is what it is. Anyway, Spice CK, he's at number 6, which is very interesting. Comparison, if you look at everyone else that's on the list, it's very interesting. So in 2019, CK released Love No and Wanted. No, I ain't butchering it. Nigeria is the hub of the vibrant experimental music scene. While the song gained some local airplay, it was part of an underlying trend of Afrobeats artists developing their unique styles in the studio, like CK's work in Lagos before going to achieve global fame later. Emerging music scene in 2019, Nigeria is the center of new experimental music, with artists like CK honing their craft in a small studio. CK was creating emo Afrobeats. I don't think CK was making emo Afrobeats. Do you know who is more at the forefront um, of doing that content? Let me tell you who. Let me see if I can remember the name. I know it by the name of the album. Asake. Personally, that's what I think. Sometimes some of these songs that seem that way. If I'm honest. Just being honest. That's the vibe I've always got from him. Even when the way he presents himself is the same, but I could be wrong. In 2018, okay, so we read that. So in 2019, read that. Blending melodic experimental songs like Love. And basically, the song was released in part of CK's first EP in August 2019. While it performed well in Nigeria and some parts of the world, it was not a global phenomenon. It would later become. CK was considered the underground artist at the time of the song release, and it was one of many tracks he was producing. It took a few years for the song to gain international traction through a viral trend on social media platforms like TikTok, which makes sense. I remember, see, that's the thing on my music sometimes. Sometimes it can take a while for it to do well. And I'm just looking at the timer. I should have been finished by now. Um, but oh well. Let's go. We're nearly finished anyway. We're gonna find out soon. Um, So number 5 is, but yeah, I'll be honest, I don't think that should be. If you look at the rest of the people, our artists and songs that are literally there, that shouldn't be at number 6. I'm being completely real with you. That should not be at number 6. It should not be at number 6, but we keep it moving. Get me? That's just my humble opinion. How are you gonna have that above Fall in Love or above Oliver Twist? You know what I mean? Think. All right, so let's just get straight into number 5, which is Essence by Wizkid and Tems. In fact, I'm going to put Tems' name there as well because this was her breakout song as well. All right, so in October 2020, when Essence was released, Nigeria was experiencing a major nationwide protest against police brutality known as the NSARS movement. Simultaneously, the country was dealing with the pandemic, which had disrupted many aspects of life. Wizkid released an album Made in Lagos, which featured the song, and later spoke about the importance of unity during the NSARS protests. Buju Banton, where was you when this song came out? Or, you know me, when the album came out? Relax, man. Anyway, the NSARS movement gained widespread global attention in October 2020. Protesting against social and SARS police unit. Wizkid album Made in Lagos was released during this period, and the artist publicly supported the movement, calling the unity for a better Nigeria. And then the pandemic was going on in 2020. The global shutdown had a significant impact on the music industry and social gatherings. Some critics noted that the pandemic likely limited the initial of Essence because people were in lockdown and couldn't experience music in a communal setting. That album was meant for being on lockdown, if I'm honest with you. It had that vibe. It's not the vibe of his other albums. Let's be real. That's why people try to say, oh, it's not really Afrobeats like that anymore. Or like I was hearing that, but no, you don't understand the timing of when it was released. Now it makes sense. Essence was a track on Wizkid's fourth album, Made in Lagos, which was released on October 30th, 2020. Also featured Tems, by the way, which is a breakout with the song that was basically put her on the map, like the global map. The song was a collaboration with Tems, there you go, who was praised for the blend of Afropop and R&B. The album was released on Starboy Entertainment and RCA Records. All right, so let's get to number 4. Like we're nearly there. Who is at number 4? We're soon going to find out who is the true royalty of that's 2022. I thought 2023. I've always thought I came out 2023. I don't know why. Anyway, so Remo's at number 20. Sorry, at number 4 with Calm Down. Yeah. In 2022, when Remo's Calm Down was released, Nigeria was experiencing both the global success of Afrobeats as its music gained international success or traction and domestic challenges, including political discourse around the upcoming 2023 elections and social issues. The song's success highlighted a positive trend in Afrobeats' global reach, contrasting the ongoing domestic concerns. International impact of Calm Down. The song originally released Remember's debut album, Rave and Roses, gained popularity in Europe, particularly in France, before becoming a global hit. Its international success was further boosted by the remix featuring Selena Gomez, yeah, I thought it was her, and which achieved massive success in the US and other regions. Calm Down broke multiple records, becoming the most streamed Afrobeat song on Spotify and breaking records on Billboard charts. And now you can see why it's on a list like this. Nigeria's context in 2022 political climate. The year was politically charged as the country prepared for the 2023 general elections. There were ongoing discussions and campaigning led leading up to polls, which would take place in February 2023. The country also grappled with various social, including concerns about economic challenges, security, and ongoing impact of the NSARS movement, which had occurred late in 2020, but continued to influence the public discourse in 2022. On a cultural level, the success of Remo's Calm Down represented a significant milestone for Nigeria's burgeoning music industry, showcasing the growing influence on the global stage. So Remo's at number 4 with Calm Down. All right. Now, I need y'all to calm down. We're going to soon find out who is the true royalty of Afrobeats. Don't worry, we going to get there. And One Baby by Flavor, and that was released in 2011. Damn, that many years ago, they realized. Anyway, so in 2011, after Flip, so by the way, number 3 is No Baby. I can't even say it properly, and I'm supposed to be able. No Baby. Well, technically, because anyway, we won't get into that. That's a different subject. Noir Baby, by Noir Baby was released by. Oh, sorry. It was released in 2011, and that's at number 3. Nigeria is navigating the ongoing Boko Haram insurgency and political instability that marked the year, with a general election held in April that saw Goodluck Jonathan elected president. Nigeria's oil industry was also a major focus, as it was during the time the debate over the petroleum industry becoming more intense, though it would not be passed until 2021. That's crazy. The year characterized by significant escalation of BH insurgency, with group carrying out series of and across the country. The general election held in April 2011 saw Goodluck Jonathan emerge as a winner. His presidency marked the continuation of the People's Democratic Party rule, but the election itself was followed by periods of unrest and political tension. Now, here we go. As in previous years, the Nigerian economy was heavily reliant on oil production, and ongoing debate over petroleum industry bill was a major topic of discussion, and the country was struggling to pass the bill to reform the sector and increase local participation. Flavors and Wa Baby gained popularity in 2011, contributing to the growth of the Nigerian music industry. So that's at number 3. All right. Now, who's at number 2? We gonna find out who is the true royalty of Afrobeats. Okay, it's going to be solidified. It's going to be solidified. Hold on. Now, at number 2. At number 2. At number 2. At number 2. We have Wizkid. And if I butcher the name of this, it is what it is. All right. Ojuleba by Wizkid. In 2014, when Wizkid released Ojuleba, Nigeria experienced a widespread rise of Afrobeats and a global force. A year that also saw a country contending with the escalating BH insurgency. The song captured the zeitgeist of Lagos life, reflecting both the struggles of everyday hustle. I'm just realizing now, anyway, reflecting. Where was that? So reflecting. Okay, reflecting both struggles of the everyday hustle and the city life as a creative hub, while country as a whole was facing significant security challenges. Cultural and music context, Afrobeats on the rise. The release of Ojuleba, I can't even say it, was significant because it was helped propel the Afrobeat genre onto international stage, showcasing the genre's potential beyond Nigeria. The song resonated deeply with Nigeria, serving as an anthem for dreamers and hustlers, captured the spirit of life in Lagos. It was an emotional, personal reflection and Wizkid's journey from the streets of Surulere to global stardom as a story connected to listeners across the country and beyond. At the time, Wizkid was 4 years into his career and was at a pivotal, releasing the second album, Dre, also known as Ion, which featured this song. Um, yeah, that's more or less really it really in regards to that. There's nothing really more to say on that really. Um, so that's at number two. Do you think it's fair for that to be number two? Let me know in the comments below. And now we gonna really find out who is the true royalty of Afrobeats. You wanna know who it is? Yeah, yeah. You are my African queen. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah. Hey. Alright, no, hold on. Wrong release. It was actually used in 2004. Just like the sun. Anyway, the we found out who the true royalty of Afrobeats is. And it's none other than Two-Face, Idibia, aka Two Baba. He is the true royalty of Afrobeats. We got there in the end. It took us this journey. It is what it is. You know what I mean? However, according to the Billboards, I want to put it that way, according to the Billboards, 50 of the greatest Afrobeat songs of all time, African Queen is number one. African Queen is number one. Now, there are many Afrobeat songs that I could have thought, that should be in there. There's many that are not in there. Many. In fact, did I miss out? I'm pretty sure I probably missed out a song. Did I? No, I didn't. You know when you just have to double check, and I also made a grammatical error in my description, but don't worry, I'll sort that out. But yeah, anyway, in 2004, as Two Bible released African Queen, Nigeria was experiencing a major shift in the music scene, with the song itself signifying the new era of Afrobeats. The release marked the of the beginning of the Plantation Boys breakups, and move that also led to controversy surrounding the ownership of African Queen. If you know, you know. Um, One went on to make more hits, someone continues to cry. That's the best way I'm going to say that. With his former bandmate, Blackface, claiming he had written the song and was being denied credit and royalties. If you did write the song, make another one. The same way Jay-Z says, all right then, I heard Ninja say they made Hove. All right then, go make another Hove. There you go. And you see what's happening if you following what's going on with, you know what I mean? Speaks for itself, really. Anyway, let me be quick. All right, so the controversy of African Queen. Blackface accused Two Barber of stealing the song, despite that becoming a major point of contention for years. The issue escalated to the point where Blackface sued and Kenneth's Music 2 Bar Record eventually agreed to give him writing credits. Oh wow, didn't realize that, and pay royalties to settle the matter out of court. That's insane. If that is wow, I didn't know that. But still, where doesn't he write other songs? Doesn't he? Let me know in the comments below. Music scene revolution. African Queen was a landmark hit that helped propel Nigerian music onto a global stage, proving the love ballads could be as powerful as dance tracks and paving the way for international success of Afrobeat. Other solo careers began in Two Barber's solo album Face to Face, which included African Queen, which released in 2004 and widely regarded as one of Nigeria's greatest debut albums. It's so magic because Sound Sultan is not on here on this list. There's so many people I could say that should be on this list, but you know what? It's a Billboards. They created this list. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Because me personally, there's a lot of tracks that I'm thinking that should be on there, but they're not there. They're not there. It's sad to see, but it is what it is. But anyway, that's me for today. Make sure you stay subscribed. Shout out to the returning subscribers. If you watched to the end, you are a real one. But yeah.